on the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life. Huh?
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin' no. Knuckle up or buckle up, I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or gossip dough.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life. Huh?
Ah.
Yo. What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. You feel me? And y'all already know what's going down today, bruh. So guess what? Turn it off, turn it all the way off now. Yeah, how's everybody doing today? Oh boy, it's your man Dre here. Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. That there sports podcast where we talk about all of the necessary topics in sports and all of the necessary topics in life. And I hope everybody had a beautiful, wonderful, and safe weekend. Saturday was ugly. I mean, goodness gracious. Saturday here in the Virginia area, in the Richmond area, really all around the Richmond area, ugly. Tropical storm, this, that, and the third. Blase. It is what it is. I was supposed to go to the fair with my kids on Saturday, but instead had to push it a day later to Sunday. They had a great time. I got to eat my butt fries. I did. It was delicious. The kids got on every ride they wanted to get on. They had a great time. They really, really did. And it's fall. It is now officially fall. And before I proceed, I didn't do the birthday shout outs last week that I needed to do. Last week in a matter of days, it was Wayne Ampey, my pop, one of the men I revere the most in my life, Wayne Ampey, DJ Amp, his birthday. And then right after that was cousin David's birthday on the 21st of September. And then the day after that, happy heavenly birthday to my father, Clarence Towns III. Lord knows I miss you, man. But those were the birthday shout outs that I wasn't able to get to last week, excuse me. So, are you guys ready for the realm of sports? And oh boy, man, was it a day of football on Sunday, a forgettable one for me as a Denver Bronco fan. But I'm ready, you ready, we ready, they all ready. Let's get to it. Prediction League is in full effect, and man, let me tell you, it is funny as hell. Now, I told y'all I was going to bounce back. Now, my doom, well, I'm not even going to say doom because I had a good week. Came in second place. But the Rams and the Raiders, are the reason why I came in second place. But be that as it may, good bounce back week. Remember, marathon, not a sprint. And I had a human error again for the second straight week. No excuse, I did. A human error where I marked all of my games. The checks and X's were exactly as they should have been. But I marked me having one more win than I should have, which would have put me in third place. And yes, and I post everything on the group chat because, I have nothing to hide. I'm not trying to be shady, but I'm glad people are catching. If I'm making mistakes, I'm glad people are catching of it. So Shantae said, no, you only got 10. And I said, okay, went back and recounted. I said, well, damn, why did I put 11? You are absolutely right. And then here come the floodgates. Here come Sean. Here come Calvin. Open an investigation. He probably cheated last year. Stop. I still got all the records from last year. Stop. I can give them to y'all. And y'all can count them up and see that I lapped y'all. Last year. Now, what I'm enjoying about this year is that the competition is so close, particularly at the top. So, the week 3 overall results, the winners was Calvin and Marquise. Both of them had 11. Great job, fellas. Me, Lex, and Shantae had 10. David and Tony had 9. Marcus and Sean had 8. And Aaron had 5. You got to bounce back, Aaron. Got to bounce back, bro. He going to be on here later, too, because I got to air my not even air grievances. I got to give props where props is due for what his Dolphins did to my Broncos. And I'm about to segue into that. But yes, those are the scores. So throughout right now, what the total scores are through week 3, Lex has jumped back into first place. She has 32. Tony and Sean have 31. Cud and David has 30. Calvin and Shantae have 29. Myself, I have 28. Marquise has 26. Marcus has 24. And Aaron has 23. I'm loving the fact that these scores are so close because I'm not trying to be funny. They were close after 3 weeks last year, but not this close. Not there being within a game of each other. I think last year, and I'm not trying to be funny, no pun intended. Last year after 3 weeks, I think I was up by like 4 or 5 games. No cheating or anything else like that. So, you guys can, I get it though. I know, it hurts losing to your boy. It always hurts losing to your boy. But this year is totally different. But Sean is funny thinking that Lex is a burner account for me, thinking that Lex is my other account. No, Lex is a real person. She just beating you second place, Sean. Come on, second place. And right now you're in second place. Now that could change. That could change next week. But you got to make your peace with it, bruh. After 3 weeks, you're in second place again. Bro, I'm in like 5th place. But I'm only down by 4 games. You're only down by 1 game. Make your peace with it, Brody. You can always bounce back. Now, the people who I really need to put in work, even though Keith had a bounce back week, I need you to put in work, bro. Marcus, Aaron, y'all got to put in work. But let me segue right now before I get into the review of the week in the NF or the L. Let me just get this out the way right now. My Denver Broncos are a fucking embarrassment. The Miami Dolphins scored 70 points against my Broncos. That's right, 70 motherfucking points in an NFL game that was not set on rookie level in Madden. Or maybe it was. I don't know. But my Denver Broncos are a goddamn joke. Okay? And I just want to get that out the way. Because contrary to popular opinion, I am not deflecting. I can deal with it. I am embarrassed. I'm ashamed as a Bronco fan. I'm not ashamed to be a Broncos fan, but I'm ashamed as a Broncos fan. And what is really most disheartening is my defense, which I have hung my hat on for the last decade of Denver Bronco football. My defense is horrible. How in you give up over 700 yards of offense? I mean, I guess y'all got, for every 10 points, it was another 100 yards of offense given up. I mean, god damn. I mean, and if you look at the stats, well, Russell Wilson didn't play that bad. 306 yards of offense. No, he didn't play that bad, but he ain't played good enough to at least feel like he was punching back. I mean, goodness gracious. We gave up 70 points, lost by 50. All we scored was 20 points, and 6 of those points was on a kick return for a touchdown by Marvin Mims, who I really like, by the way. But I'm no, because there are no positives to give out to my Denver Broncos today. We fucking suck. We suck. Now, the only thing that I will say, and this is not a positive, but the last couple of shows before the season started, I told you guys, the audience, I told my guys in the prediction league, I said, I have no expectations of my Broncos. I'm being realistic. We're a win-loss team. Matter of fact, I should have lowered the bar some because I said win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. I didn't have no expectations. I didn't call us to make the playoffs. So, us losing like that, I called us to lose that game. I didn't think we would lose like that. But, we lost. Now, when the Cowboys lost, and I'll get into that later, when the Cowboys lost and they lost to the Arizona Cardinals, I make one statement, and that opens the hilarious floodgates in my prediction chat, in my prediction group chat. Excuse me. But this isn't about that yet. We'll get into that later. We'll get to that bridge. But right now, I'm focusing on the embarrassment that is my Denver Broncos, particularly my Denver Broncos defense. I mean, Tua throws for 309 yards, 4 touchdown passes, but it ain't the fact that he had 4 touchdown passes. It's the fact that this motherfucker's out here looking like Magic Johnson doing touchdown passes. No look passes doing touchdowns. What the hell? Not just 1, but 2 no look passes. Devon Echani, I can't pronounce his last name, but the nigga who rushed for 200 yards on us. That dude right there, Raheem Mostert, who scores 4 touchdowns on us. I mean, Mike White, their backup quarterback, came in and threw a touchdown pass. And who did he throw that touchdown pass on? Patrick Surtain, our best corner. You have got to be fucking kidding me. I mean, and I'm not trying to be funny. And I really mean this from my heart. Sean Payton deserves this. He really does. Sean Payton deserves this just because that man himself needs to be humbled. And there's no more humbling way than to get your ass historically beat.
Obviously, that was embarrassing and tough to watch. Aside from the kick return, there weren't a lot of positives to take from that game. We had our opportunities offensively early, 2 penalties. Take touchdowns off the board, and I don't know that. I think they punted 1 time. So, any questions?
When you have a loss, I mean, losing's hard in the NFL, no matter what, it's hard on you. But what do you tell a team after?
Well, look, it'd be one thing to say, hey, we're going to get on to the next game, but we have to watch that tape, and so tomorrow will be tough for a lot of players, tough for us too as coaches. So.
How about the defense? What can you do about the defense, Sean? You obviously.
Listen, we knew we were playing a real good offense, but we got to look closely at what we were doing, and when someone runs the ball up and down the field like those guys did, and throw it up and down the field, it's not acceptable. We can't. We just got to get to the tape. Next question.
It's only 3 weeks in, but is this kind of a crisis to see where you kind of?
Listen, this season's full of those type of moments, and this one obviously is difficult to be sitting here 0-3 talking to you guys. There'll be more.
I know that you said it's embarrassing, but this is kind of an historic game. I mean, this is
I'm aware.
Third time the team has scored 70 points over 7.
What's the question?
I mean,
What's the question?
How do you feel about it being
I just finished telling you.
Historically embarrassing.
Next question.
You know what my next question would have been? What the hell is you getting mad for? What the hell are you getting mad at the reporter for? You are the one who is the head coach of this fucking embarrassment. You are the one who was poking your chest out like your shit don't stink, even though I'm still very happy with the hire, because actually Russell Wilson actually is playing better. He's just not playing winning football. But you are the one, sir, who is the head of this snake when it comes to the coaching staff, who is just simply not getting it the fuck done. 70 points is an embarrassment. Don't get mad at the reporter for saying first time it's been done since night. Don't get mad, because those are the facts. And this is something that you're going to have to live with for the rest of your career. Now, I hope that career adds a Super Bowl championship with my Denver Broncos. But you are going to have that is on your head forever. Period. And Vance Joseph, who's our defensive coordinator, our former head coach, Vance Joseph, bruh, what the fuck? I was excited about you coming back to Denver being our DC too, but I remember the choices was between you and Rex Ryan. Boy, Rex Ryan looking good than a motherfucker right now, and he on TV. He ain't even coaching for an NFL team right now. So, but I mean, this was an embarrassment of epic proportion. Again, my Denver Broncos got their boots. I can't even just say they got their boots smoked. Everything about them. Everything about us, because I'm a fucking Bronco. I don't give a fuck. Everything about us got smoked. Smoked like a blunt. Only the high effect from smoking a blunt and the effect from getting your ass historically beat is a totally different high, motherfuckers. I'm just being real. It was disgusting. And I was at the fair. And I'm checking the phone. You know what I'm saying? I saw it was 14-7. Then I'm like, okay, let me give it some time. Because I know the dog, I didn't expect to win this game. I was like, I just want to see more. I was more or less interested in, as far as FanDuel was concerned, because I had Tyreek Hill. I had Tyreek Hill on one game, but I did have Jerry Jeudy on another. So I'm like, I'm more or less looking at stats. I'm like, I know the Dolphins are going to win. But the next time I looked at my phone and it said 69 points, I said, no. This is a typo. I'm not looking at this right or something. But I was looking at it absolutely right. The Miami Dolphins scored 10 touchdowns. 10 touchdowns on my Denver Broncos. And again, Sean Payton, you deserve this, sir. You were arrogant about your style of coaching at Fox. You came into, you got the contract from the Denver Broncos, and you started criticizing Nathaniel Hackett, which I was all for. I don't disagree. Even now, I don't disagree with anything you said about Nathaniel Hackett's coaching job last year with the Denver Broncos. But you can't say that shit and then come to your first 3 games with Denver and looking god-awful outside of the first game of the season, because I can say this, and this is facts. After 3 games last year, Nathaniel Hackett didn't look like he was doing a good job. It looked like he was in over his head, but the Broncos were 2-1 after 3 games. Russell Wilson was playing like trash, but the Broncos were 2-1 after 3 games. Before the fucking roof caved in, the Broncos were 2-1 last year after 3 games. Like I said, the thing I'm most disappointed at is my defense. What the fuck, Michael Douglas? Or what the fuck, Vance Joseph? And I'm not even trying to do the histrionics, but the more I think about it, god damn, over 700 yards of offense. You know, there are teams in the NFL after 3 weeks that hasn't even scored 70 points total. The Dolphins got it in a game. WTF. WTMFF. What the motherfucking fuck? Oh my goodness. Anyway, okay. All right. Now I can get on with the rest of the games from this week. Before I get into the chaos that I caused amongst my Prediction League family. Okay, we'll start off with Thursday. 49ers beat the Giants 30-12. The 49ers, you know, they may be the most complete team in football. And, you know, a lot of people don't like to say that off bat. You know, they want to give to the more glitz and glamour. I think the Dolphins are the best team right now. But then you like to give that to the Cowboys or somebody else. And I'm not saying that as a Cowboy shot, because you see the 49ers each game, the first 3 games, each game the 49ers put up 30 points. But they don't have to blow you out by 50. But what they do is they gut punch you. They body punch you throughout the game. And they wear you down. They systematically took apart the New York Giants. No surprise. No surprise. So the 49ers are 3-0. On the Sunday's game, the Cleveland Browns. You know, they're right now they've been a Jekyll and Hyde team. But I still think that they're going to be a dark horse in the AFC. They defeated the Tennessee Titans 27-3. Why is Ryan Tannehill still the starting quarterback for Tennessee? I don't know. But the Browns, after really their offense or Deshaun Watson losing the game for them last Monday night against Pittsburgh, they win 27-3 in resounding fashion. And the guy, Jerome Ford, the person who is replacing Nick Chubb, and by the way, Nick Chubb's x-ray showed that, I mean, of course, season's over, but it doesn't necessarily have to be career-ending. Tore the MCL, only partially tore the ACL, so I expect Chubb to be back next season, probably by the beginning of next season. I don't think he'll be the same back, not for the 2024 season, but then the 2025 season. I think we'll see Nicky Chubb again if he's still in the Cleveland Brown uniform, because Jerome Ford did well. They brought back Kareem Hunt, which was smart. I was on the phone with Keese right after the Chubb injury and said I would call Kareem Hunt right now. They did. They signed him. Browns are 2-1, 27-3, and that Browns defense, that's a top 5 defense. That Cleveland Browns defense under Jim Schwartz is absolutely legit. Excuse me, absolutely legit. Now, on to Detroit. The Detroit Lions rebounded from their home opening loss to the Seahawks with a home win against the Falcons, 20-6. They are 2-1. The Green Bay Packers defeated the New Orleans Saints 18-17. How the fuck the Saints gave this game away is beyond me. Derek Carr gets hurt when it's 17-zip, and Jameis Winston, you can't give him a field goal? My God. The next game in Minnesota between two teams that don't know how to close the deal, at least this season, because the Vikings did it a lot last season, but you know that's eventually going to catch up with you. The Chargers never seem to close out games, but they seem to close out this one in Minnesota. 28-24, Kirk Cousins throws a pick in the end zone. Yo, if I'm Kirk Cousins, I'm like, yo, I'm New York Jets. What up? That leads me to my next game. In the Meadowlands, Patriots at Jets. Patriots had beaten the Jets 14 straight times. Make it 15. Zach Wilson is horrible. And you know the sad part about it with Zach Wilson is that he played like do the entire game, but then gets a late touchdown, which is going to give Jet fans a little hope. Maybe he can get it together. I was trying to be glass half full for the Jets because they do have a loaded roster, but Zach Wilson just ain't it. That motherfucker sucked. The Patriots get their first win of the season, 15-10. In Washington, the Commanders were 2-0. Comeback win against my Denver Broncos. Buffalo Bills were 1-1, even though they had beaten the Raiders last week. Still some questions on, Josh Allen's still the turnover machine. Buffalo beat that ass, 37-3. It just doesn't seem that bad when you look at my Broncos in a 70-20 score. 37-3 don't even seem that fucking bad. That's the crazy thing. In Jacksonville, I think we have sold the Jackson Jaguars too high. We may have been too high on them. This is the second straight week at home. They laid a dud as they lose to the Houston Texans by 20. They didn't even lose to the Chiefs by that much last week. And the Chiefs are the defending Super Bowl champions. The Houston Texans beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 37-17. I know division game. I don't give a fuck, because the Jags are supposed to be a team on the come up. The Texans are supposed to be slowly building. This is rebuild mode for them. But I will say this, CJ Stroud, brother's balling. CJ Stroud is doing his thing. Another puzzling loss in the NFL came in Baltimore when the Colts, who are 2-1, the Indianapolis Colts are 2-1 and in first place in the AFC South. They beat the Baltimore Ravens 22-19. Gardner Minshew, since Anthony Richardson has got injured last week, concussion, unfortunate, and he did it. The Colts were up 14-0 when he got hurt. I would stick with Gardner Minshew because the Colts, what were they? They were just saying this about the Colts, last year when they got Matt Ryan. Oh, this is a ready-made roster. All they need is a quarterback. They went out and got Matt Ryan. I am not mad that they drafted Anthony Richardson. I think it was the right move to make. But at this point in time, I think Gardner Minshew is better for this team in a division that is the sorriest division in the NFL. I'm not trying to be funny. The Colts are 2-1. We all picked Jacksonville. Well, most of us picked Jacksonville, but I tell you who nobody picked was the Colts. But they're sitting 2-1 right now. Late games, the Seattle Seahawks, they win their second in a row, defeating the Carolina Panthers 37-27. Geno Smith and them boys look impressive. In Kansas City, the Chiefs mollywop the Bears 41-10. Still don't seem as bad as 70-20, because it ain't as bad as 70-20. But the Chicago Bears, I had them being my dark horse for the NFC. I had them having a sneaky chance to win their division. When I say dark horse in the NFC, I'm not talking about get to the Super Bowl. I'm talking about getting to the playoffs. The Bears look horrible. They look bad. 41-10, they lose to the Kansas City Chiefs, whose defense may be a little better than what we thought. In Arizona, the Cowboys played the Cardinals. Supposed to be a gimme game, right, for the Cowboys, right? Yo, didn't we think the Arizona Cardinals was tanking? I mean, come on, no Kyler Murray. You trade Colt McCoy right before the season. We're like, oh yeah, they're definitely tanking after doing that. This is why all of us couch coaches are not actual coaches, because inside the organization, they clearly knew something that we didn't know, because I can make a case that the Arizona Cardinals should be 3-0. I mean, they led in the fourth quarter against Washington. They led in the fourth quarter against the Giants before they blew that lead. They led in the fourth quarter in the Cowboys and didn't blow that lead. How about them Cowboys losing to the Arizona Cardinals 28-16? And you know what? This is when I'm talking about the carnage that I caused in my prediction league group chat, because mind you, I'm an embarrassed Bronco fan. But when I got home from the fair, I was talking to Aaron, who's a Dolphins fan. And that's my bro. That's my brother. One of the best and the brightest. And again, he's going to be on here in a few. I said, you know what? Don't let the Cowboys lose this game. And then my neighbor Lou came over. And as you know, Dallas was in the last time they had the ball in the red zone area for of the Cardinals. Matter of fact, near the end zone. I want to say right around the 4 or 5 yard line. And I'm not making this up. I promise you I'm not making this up. I turned to Lou and I said, watch Dak throw an interception. And the next play, Dak threw an interception. Now, I had typed a message on my phone saying, I know we lost by 70 points, but Dallas? So when that interception happened, I hit send. And I said, Lou, watch. Because I knew the shit storm that was about to create. And my boys did not let me down. Marcus, Tony, y'all did not let me down. And this is what I explained to you guys. I said, y'all have both known me for a long time. Because you want to throw, especially Marcus, you can't do that. Your team just got historically embarrassed. Absolutely right. You are absolutely right, sir. We did. I wasn't deflected. I'm not deflecting. I can take it. But man, the fact that on a day when my team loses by 50 and gives up 70 points, the fact that your team loses on the same day and I make one comment and it gets you guys out of y'all element like that is fucking hilarious. Now, Marcus and Tony, they my brothers. But what trips me out about other Cowboy fans is that when I just mention the fact that they lost, not only are they butthurt, but they want to get personal with me. That's why your show ain't shit. That's why your life ain't shit. Wow. I'm not talking about my show or my life. Good segue, Sports Plus Life. I'm talking about football. But y'all are so butthurt, y'all want to get personal with me. And it's fucking hilarious. Oh my God, is it funny. It is funny as a bitch to me. That's why I do it. Now, for Marcus and Tony, y'all always going to be my brothers. But the fact that I can get y'all out of y'all element that easy is funny as fuck to me. It is. It is absolutely hilarious because my team lost by 50 points. And I own it. I take it. All of the memes and the trolling that has come my way, I expected it. I can take it. Doug hits me up. I did an interview with Doug a couple years ago. Doug hits me up. You can't ever say shit else about the Cowboys ever again. Nigga, what? Huh? I can't do what? Come on, bro. You should know me better than that. You done known me most of your damn life. You should know me better than that, bro. You know I'm always going to talk. To all of you Cowboys fans, I'm always going to talk. And again, I predicted that the Dolphins would win that game. I expected the Broncos to lose. Didn't expect us to lose in that form of fashion, but I called a loss nonetheless. Did y'all expect to lose? No, you didn't. And then when you lose, we want to throw the excuses out. Oh, we had X amount of linemen out. No Trayvon Diggs. Shut the fuck up. Because if you had won the game, you wouldn't have said that shit. Or you'd have made yourselves try to seem greater than what you really are. You'd have said, well, we won that game, and we didn't even have Diggs. We didn't even have a couple offensive linemen. We on our way. Ha ha. But since you lost, now we have the fucking pity party. Miss me with that bullshit. You lost. You were riding high because it's what the Cowboys do. They beat teams who are bad. The Giants and Jets are bad. Okay, but the Cardinals are supposed to be bad. But as soon as you find a team that ain't intimidated, they'll smack you right back in the mouth. Y'all fold like y'all always do. Ain't nobody worried about y'all motherfuckers. You win 2 games in a row, and you're making Super Bowl parade reservations. Micah Parsons is on his podcast talking about this is going to the Super Bowl. It's hunting season, and Joshua Dobbs is in my sight. Joshua Dobbs whooped that ass. That's what he did. You motherfuckers, deal with it. Biatch. Anyway, on to Sunday Night Football, the Steelers beat the Raiders. That's what I get for picking the Raiders. The reason why I picked the Raiders is because I don't believe in Kenny Pickett. I still don't believe in Kenny Pickett, but goddamn it, I do believe in Mike Tomlin as a coach. Monday Night Football, 2-0 Eagles, 2-0 Bucks. Eagles handle business, 25-11. And the Eagles, for them to be 3-0 and for them to have not played their best football, kind of scary. Kind of scary. I'm just saying. Second Monday Night Football game, Bengals beat the Rams 19-16. I picked the Rams to win this game because I did not think Joe Burrow was going to play this game. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are making a grave mistake. Now, I'm happy that they won because if you've listened to me over the past couple of years, I love Joe Burrow. I love that squad in Cincinnati, but I think the Cincinnati Bengals are making a huge mistake playing Joe Burrow, who is nursing a calf injury. Aaron Rodgers was nursing a calf injury. What happened? I think this is a huge mistake for the guy who is now the highest paid player in football history. I'm glad you won the game, but bruh, you right now, Joe Burrow, and that calf injury is on borrowed time. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being real. But that is the wrap-up in football. But I'm still on this Denver Broncos shit, bro. I'm still on this Denver Bronco getting their asses thoroughly whiz-zapped by the Miami Dolphins. So we about to do something right quick. Okay, now, this is how embarrassed I am about my Denver Broncos. Now, as I was saying earlier, the fact that I could ruffle so many Dallas Cowboy fans, particularly in my prediction league, to me is absolutely hilarious. But it still does not mean that I don't recognize the historic, embarrassing ass whipping that my team took yesterday at the hands of the Miami Dolphins. Now, this person I'm about to bring on the line, he's part of my prediction league. He's my brother. I only surround myself with positive people, and he's one of the best and the brightest. This is my brother Aaron. He's from Miami. He's a Dolphin fan. What it do, bro?
Yo, what's going on, man? Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, no problem. What's going on is your team beat the living shit out of my team.
Yeah, we definitely kept punching y'all after y'all were down.
Hey, look. I'm going to say something, and I'm being dead serious about this. While this is historically embarrassing, as a football fan, I'm embarrassed. But for Sean Payton, I'm gonna be honest with you, Sean Payton actually deserves this. He deserves this. What's been going, and unfortunately, it's at the expense of my football team. But he deserves this because when he was with Fox, he was talking a lot of shit. Granted, he's a Super Bowl champion coach, and I am still very excited about the hire. But he's talking a whole lot of stuff, like he's the best coach in the land, and that's not the case. And and him saying last year that he wouldn't be surprised if Teddy Bridgewater took Tua's starting job. He had that, and then all the stuff that the back and forth he was going in regards to Nathaniel Hackett's coaching job last year, which I didn't disagree with. But when I look at the Broncos after 3 games last year and this year, yes, our offense was horrible, but we were 2-1 after 3 games last year. We look horrible this year. Now, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, and I know that's not Sean Payton's thing, but I think he honestly deserves what he has gotten. Now, as far as a Dolphin fan, how excited are you about your Miami Dolphins?
I am, me personally as a Dolphins fan, I've watched us go up like this several seasons. I've watched us put in some crazy work several seasons. So I'm excited for the first 3 games that we played. We played really well. We went against 2 decent teams so far, no disrespect. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of the season to see what we got going on. But at the same time, I know how my team works. This win could possibly be a bad thing, especially going into the Bills. Our heads could get a little big. Like, yeah, we were doing our thing. Pretty much everybody put points up, which was crazy to think about. Like, once folks that wasn't on the FanDuel started putting up points, I realized, all right, this game is a wrap. But it can be a good and a bad thing going into the next game against the Bills because they are a tough team and they have been putting in work. So I'm excited. I'm super excited, but I'm also very cautious about my team because we have a tendency to get big heads and get lazy.
Yeah, you don't want to have that Dallas Cowboy syndrome, huh?
And then start coming up with all kinds of excuses about who didn't play or who wasn't putting up.
Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? I'm not trying to change the subject yet, but if Dallas had won yesterday, do you think we would have heard about how many offensive linemen didn't play in this, that, and the third? No.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Them boys, they're very selective about their excuses. They know what to say when to say it. So
now,
good for them.
Before we get into the entertainment that was anybody who's associated with this prediction league's phone last night, the way it was going off, and before we get into the carnage that I started last night, which was nothing but pure entertainment, I said this last week. I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to say it again. I believe that if Tua stays healthy, he will be the MVP this season. How do you feel about that?
And I would say, based on what we're looking at now, you're absolutely right. 400-plus passing yards in his first game, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. In terms of the way that we've been playing, that's a big deal. I agree with you so far. You know how I feel about early predictions about stuff. That I always like to play cautious. That's just me. But so far, I would have to say you're right. You're definitely looking at something here. And I think for all of us, not just Dolphins fans, but all of us who watched Tua come in and we were really excited about him, and then kind of got let down first season concussion, second season concussion. This is like a whole, I wouldn't even call it a breath of fresh air, man. It's like a whirlwind of fresh air. It's like, damn, if this kid was this good and he was actually healthy season 1 and season 2, where would we have been? You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, the thing about it is that season 1, he actually was healthy. And unfortunately for Brian Flores, which I understand his grievances about the lawsuit, but now it kind of looks foolish because of the way that Tua is playing and the way Mike McDaniels is coaching, who's actually a minority himself. But Brian Flores did not believe in Tua in season 1. Now, season 2, if he had stayed healthy, yeah.
I mean, who knows? You know what I'm saying? It's speculation at this point. But this season, I definitely think we're already sitting top of the division. I think we'll continue to hold on to that. I'm calling it right now. We're gonna handedly beat the Bills. Ain't no way around it.
Handily.
Definitely.
Ooh, that's real. That's braggadocious now. Buffalo coming off of a 37-3 win themselves now.
Yep, and they're also coming off of an ass whooping by the Jets, who is sitting.
Hey, look. Here's the sad part for me sitting as a Bronco fan, right? Next week, our next 2 games, we play the Chicago Bears this week. We play the New York Jets next week. I think we're going to lose both of them. But okay, I digress. But you playing it cautious is very smart. And I tell you, but when I say I think Tua's going to win MVP, I'm not overreacting like everybody else normally does. It's just a quarter of the season is about to be done. You know, the NFL season goes by 4 games. The quarters go by 4 games. 4, 8, 12, 16. I guess now we got the extra game, whatever. But a quarter of the season is done. And if I was to pick an MVP right now, I would have to say Tua. If I was to pick a best team right now, especially based off of yesterday, who can't say the Dolphins, even though the Chiefs put up 40-some points against the Bears. But, when you put up 70 points, goddamn, how can you not say that team is not the best team in the league and they're undefeated and y'all put up 70 points without Jalen Waddle?
Yeah.
So I agree with your I definitely agree with your excitement, but you know, I called you. I wanted to interview you because I can take my lumps. I'm not deflecting. I can handle it. I can take it. Now thus I will now transition to the carnage that I caused last night by making one simple little statement. And I was on the phone with you when the Cardinals was playing the Cowboys. I was on the phone with you. And what did I tell you? I said, don't let Dallas lose his game.
Mm-hmm.
And I made one simple then you was on the phone when my neighbor came over. I made one. I typed it in. I said, I know we just lost by 70, but Dallas ... And I didn't hit send. I said, let me wait till it's a done deal because the Cardinals did give up a 28-point lead or a 21-point lead in the second half last week. But when the last time Dallas had the ball and they got in the red zone, I'm sitting there with my neighbor Lou, and I said, watch this motherfucker throw a pick. And the very next play, Dak threw a pick. So I'm not making this up, bro. I said, I'm not making this up. So then I hit send, and I hit the send button to the group chat, and I just told Lewis, I said, watch this. 30 seconds later, bing, 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 bing,
Yeah,
bing.
y'all went crazy in the chat. Y'all went crazy in the chat. I'm like, damn, he hit a nerve. My man hit a nerve.
And I be telling Marcus, who's a fellow Heat fan, just like Aaron. I'm like, Marcus, you know me. You know, no matter what happens with my team, I'm gonna talk. But he was immediate. No, you can't do that. Your team, you can't do that. And then here comes Tony sending all the GIFs and all of this stuff. I'm like, bruh, y'all don't even get it. The fact that I can get y'all out of y'all element like that is hilarious.
So quickly.
The fact that I can totally get y'all out y'all element and have y'all so hurt and in y'all feelings is absolutely hilarious. My team lost by 50 points yesterday.
Yeah.
But why do I feel like I won? Because Dallas lost and I got part of their fan base so angry. You'd have thought they lost by 50 points.
They are not good losers. I will. Dallas fan. I'm personally not a Dallas fan, but I don't have no beef with the team. I think they're a solid squad. They had their little dynasty and so on.
What dynasty? What? When you was like 3 years old?
Exactly. When I was a kid, everybody was talking about Dallas. The fans are incredibly obnoxious, but I'm always rooting. Every season, I'm always rooting for them to at least take their division because I do think they have a solid organization there. I always feel like in their division now, over the years, Philly has kind of come up, but I will say that Dallas fans can be incredibly obnoxious for no reason, like zero reason. I've never seen anybody support a toxic relationship like a Dallas fan.
Hey, how old was you in 1995, man?
95, I'll be 4.
my point exactly. And I'm going to say this because you make some very good points, even though you're soft on them than me. I want to see the Bastards go 0-16 every year. But, I mean, I'm realistic. I'm objective. I really am. Despite what my compadres who are Cowboy fans may think. Dallas does have I'm not going to say Dallas has a solid organization, but what I will say about Dallas, because the problem with Dallas has been their owner for the last, 28 years. The problem has been their owner because the owner doesn't know how to shut up. The owner loves the glitz, the glamour. And you know what? Shout out to him in a business sense because he's turned them into a damn near $10 billion team. So I'm not knocking that, but but with me, I don't give a fuck about that. I care about wins and losses. That's what I care about. I don't care about how much the Cowboys do for the NFL financially. I care nothing about that. But what Dallas does do well, they do draft well, and they develop well. Stephen Jones has been a very solid co-GM. He's drafted very well. He's taken some things out of Jerry's hand to keep them at he's kept them at a very solid football team. I thought they hung on to Jason Garrett too long, but they've been a very solid football team. But for the fan base that they are, for the attention that they command, they've done nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
And you can and anybody and their mama can come at me about my Denver Broncos. I expected to lose yesterday. I didn't expect to lose like that. No. Okay, but I expected to lose to the Dolphins. Last week on the show when I made my predictions, I said I ain't picking Denver to win shit else. I said the Dolphins going to beat the shit out of us. That's exactly what I said. I ain't expect them to beat the shit out of us like that. You know, I ain't expect them to put a rookie level Madden score on us. You know, I didn't expect that. 10 touchdowns? God damn. Stephen A. Smith was right when he said Denver's defense yesterday was a national embarrassment. It was. 10 touchdowns. 10 touchdowns. I mean, it was, you know, we play video games growing up. You know the Madden mercy rule when you're playing somebody? It was a mercy rule come halftime. It was a mercy rule at halftime. I mean, I'm dead ass here. They scored 35 points in the first half, 35 points in the second half. And they
per our conversation yesterday, because I don't want the people to go, I know you good with taking your lumps, but you also support some toxicness there. Per our conversation yesterday, if you don't mind me pointing that out, you did happen to say a couple of times that Russell Wilson didn't give up 70 points.
Nope.
Now I want you to elaborate on that one for a few minutes, because last time I checked, the man also didn't put up 35.
Nope, he didn't. Hey, look. You know what? I'm comparing Russell Wilson right now. I'm comparing his individual numbers from this year to last year. Because, because last year after 3 games, Russell Wilson stunk. But the defense was, after 3 games last year, Denver was the number 1 defense in the league. We fucking stink when it comes to defense. We gave up a huge lead last week to the Commanders, and then we come out and we were a national embarrassment. Now, Russell Wilson has played better individually, but of course Russell could have did more offensively. I mean, hell, we scored 20 points. 6 of those points was a kick return. So it's not, no, Russell Wilson didn't set the world on fire, but I mean, look, Russell Wilson threw for over 300 yards. He had a touchdown. This is his second straight week throwing for over 300 yards. But again, it's not equaling the W's. But I mean, come on, man. 70 points. 70. You could look more at Russell. Well, let's say it was 35-13. It was 35-13 at halftime. Let's say y'all didn't score another point, right? Let's say after half, the score is 35-13 and the Dolphins didn't score another touchdown. Okay, then I can put more of it on Russell Wilson. Because I'm like, yeah, the defense sucked the first half, but damn, the Dolphins didn't score in the second half. Come on, Russ, what's up? They scored another 35 points on us. They scored a whole nother 35 points. I mean, it gets to a point even there. I don't care who you are. When you look up at the scoreboard and you had 56 points put on you, and it's still halfway through the third quarter, anybody would be like, man, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We just lost today. Fuck it. But again, I expected to lose yesterday. Did Dallas expect to lose yesterday? No. But as soon as they lose, well, we was down 3 offensive linemen, and you know what happened to Diggs? What did Trayvon Diggs have to do with Dallas giving up over 200 fucking yards rushing? What did that have to do with anything? I'm just asking. I'm just asking my sensitive Cowboy fans who are, and Marcus and Tony. No, I love them dearly. They my bros, man.
But they gonna have to.
They my bros. But let's keep it a buck right now, bro. And Marcus sent the text saying, "Well, I know my team's gonna be playing in January." Bro, my team is gonna be playing in January too because week 18 is in January. Matter of fact, week 17 is in January too. So I get 2 games in January. Ain't that a bitch? I'm just saying, bro. For what their fan base is, for the fact that this organization always has to be on Front Street. Always. I mean, they talk about the Cowboys like they have won the Super Bowl. You would think the Cowboys have won at least 5 Super Bowls over the last 10 years.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And they have done nothing. Nothing. So, I mean, you want to say my Denver Bronco organization is trash right now? Okay, look. They see, I just got off the line with Calvin. You know, he said it's like Marcus and Tony are trying to psychologically tell you some stuff that you already know. Dallas is better than Denver. Congratulations. I know that. You know what I mean? I know that. Duh. I mean, okay. Tell me something I don't know. Did you hear anybody mention Broncos and Super Bowl in the same sentence before the season started?
Nah.
None, right?
Nah.
Did you hear Dallas and Super Bowl?
More times than I care to admit.
Didn't you hear Dallas and Super Bowl last year?
I think as far back as I can remember.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Didn't you hear Dallas and Super Bowl the year before that, too? and I mean, I'm being honest with you. I mean, if I wanted to play that game, well, Dallas is better than Denver. Good for you. Fine. Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that y'all haven't done shit since Tupac and Biggie was alive. Okay? That doesn't change the fact that Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson was still in the NBA the last time Dallas won a championship.
That's wild.
That doesn't change the fact that Bill Clinton was in his first term as president the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. And that doesn't change the fact that since then, the Denver Broncos have won 3 Super Bowls as recent as 2015. Hello. So, and Aaron, this is going to make you laugh, bro. That doesn't change the fact that over the last 10 years, the Houston Texans have won more playoff games than the Dallas Cowboys.
That's crazy.
And that, sir, is a fact. So anybody saying that the Dallas Cowboys organization is better than the Denver Broncos, that's a matter of opinion. I mean, fuck, Denver Broncos is owned by fucking Walmart. That's a matter of opinion. But I tell you what the fact is that the Cowboys haven't even been the best team in Texas over the last 10 years. That's facts. And the way that CJ Stroud is playing right now, Dallas ain't gonna be the best team in Texas, but for so much longer, because that nigga is playing some football.
He is.
He is playing some ball. I didn't realize, Loki, how much he has been playing ball. He's been playing, and he's the number 2 overall pick. He's been playing so much better than Bryce Young. No shade on Bryce Young either. But CJ Stroud is balling. And I may have oversold Jacksonville a little bit, but he balling.
Did you? Them bozos definitely lost me some money yesterday, and all I needed was for Trevor Lawrence to make 1 touchdown. All I needed him to do was throw 1 touchdown, and I'd win 56. That's all I needed. What the hell? Like when it comes to divisional games, crappy teams, and no disrespect to any Texans fans, but let's be honest. The Texans haven't historically really been really putting in that much work in terms of numbers. Like they kind of, to me, they skate. They skate most of the time if they end up going to the playoffs. But that game against Jacksonville, who was supposed to be top in their division, was absolutely horrible, and it was actually really disappointing to watch, because that's a team who a lot of people had some high hopes for, and we're just kind of watching them. I feel like this is the beginning of them losing a few more games than they were expecting to.
Bro, I've been disappointed in them the last 2 weeks because I had them beating the Chiefs last year, because these last 2 games that have been so disappointing has been at home in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And I had Trevor Lawrence as one of my starting quarterbacks in a FanDuel game and last week, and all he got was 3 field goals. They right now, the biggest disappointment over the first 3 games of this season has been the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because there is definite high expectations, because Trevor Lawrence, who appeared to be on his way heading north rather than south, you have a Super Bowl winning coach. You were in the playoffs last year. You won a game last year. you are in probably the weakest division in the NFL. I mean, hell, everybody in that division, with the exception of who? No, everybody in that division is 1-2. Everybody in that division is 1-2. So you're in the weakest division, but you're supposed to be the team that's ascending north, but you have just been disappointing, period. That's just my opinion. I think Jacksonville has been the most disappointing team thus far in the NFL. Because there are expectations. You could easily say, hey, Denver's been the most. No, there's no expectations for Denver other than the shit that came out of Sean Payton's mouth. There's expectations, but I had Jacksonville possibly getting to I said I wouldn't be surprised if Jacksonville got to the AFC Championship game. Now, again, only 3 games. I understand. I get it. A lot of things could be turned around. But damn, bro. The Texans?
Yeah. Not the Texans.
Yeah, the Texans at home? At home? I could understand if it was, I can understand if it was in Houston. At least they at home. You feel me? But goddamn. So I don't know, man. But okay, so what was your? I mean, outside of the fact that your team gutted mine worse than a fish, what was your takeaway from yesterday's game?
My biggest takeaway is really coming from our wide receivers right now. Tyreek Hill, of course, you didn't have Jalen Waddle. I'm forgetting the young man's first name, but Berrios and
Braxton
Berrios, and Raheem Mostert. I know he's not a wide receiver, but these guys are incredible. And I know I'm waiting for the Bills. That's why I said earlier that I'm cautious. I'm waiting for the Bills because I'm really waiting for a team that's going to fight back in terms of defense. I'm waiting to see what these young men do when they're really pressed. Because Tyreek Hill, we understand, but he can go off. He's got speed. He's tough. He can move. He can take a hit. That's not a problem. Berrios, I'm not too familiar with all of his stats, but he definitely made a few plays yesterday that I was really happy about. And Raheem Mostert, who, correct me if I'm wrong, put up 4 touchdowns, and I was not expecting that. These guys really put in some work, and I'm really glad at the investments we've made in them, especially Tyreek, because I know everybody was really excited for him to come over. I was not. Don't be mad at me for that. I was not, because we have a habit of paying a lot of money for people, and they turn out to be absolute bums.
Well, I know, I understand that, but to me, the onus more or less fell on Tua because Tyreek Hill is still in his prime. I mean, I think it's more or less, Tyreek Hill, when he came over, he was giving Tua such props that people thought that he was trying to low-key shade Patrick Mahomes. And now that Tua is doing what he is doing, you can't say anything about it now. Because remember last year, Tyreek Hill was saying Tua is the most accurate quarterback I've ever seen. And people are like, yo, he's shading Mahomes. Now, a year later, like, oh, no, this nigga was right on the money. He is the most accurate quarterback, probably. But obviously, because Tyreek is at a dependent position being a wide receiver, I thought Tyreek's success as a Dolphin predicated on if Tua was really as good as he was saying that he was. And so far, so good.
Yeah, I will say that. I will also say, as a personal fan, there are still many plays I watch him make that seem overly and unnecessarily risky. And again, it's kind of one of those things where he's still kind of learning. To me, he's still very much learning. But I'm excited for him, but I'm more excited to see those guys really get out there and make some plays. The Dolphins, when it comes to quarterbacks, unfortunately, we just don't have a good track record. So it's hard for me to be excited for him going into like a 4th or 5th season because we have shiny object syndrome once somebody doesn't start playing super duper well. So we'll see what happens with Tua in that sense. I know I sound like a pessimist when it comes to the kid. I really am a fan. I really do like him. I really want him to succeed, but the Dolphins and quarterback do not have good history.
Sir, I don't look at it as pessimism. I look at it as you're a Dolphin fan, and I'm not even trying to be funny. You're a Dolphin fan who's really never seen your team enjoy any real success. I mean, and I'm talking about you as an individual. You've never seen the Dolphins, or at least you can't remember. I think the last time the Dolphins were in the AFC Championship game was 1992. You don't remember that. You know, this is a team that hasn't won the Super Bowl since the 70s. Your pain is in line with the New York Jets, and God, they're awful right now since Aaron Rodgers. I mean, so I don't look at it as pessimism, particularly in the 2000s. You know, the last time, I mean, you just made the playoffs last year, first time since 2016. Before that, it was 2008. Before that, it was 2002? What? So I get it. I understand. Now, when I said, what was your takeaway from all of the games? And I love the analogy you gave me about your team because you went in-depth information. What did you think about the rest of the league as far as your takeaway from the rest of this week?
A lot of the teams that we would, at least for me, a lot of the teams that I thought would be powerhouses are still actually powerhouses. Like the Eagles, still killing it, still doing their thing. No real worry there. Is it weird that the Lions to me right now are not necessarily surprising, but I'm liking the way they're playing. I'm actually enjoying what they've got going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give a crap about the Bucks. I couldn't care less.
But they're 2-0 though.
I'm sorry. Their entire division is boring. They're just not.
But you know, coming into this week of football, their entire division, with the exception of the Panthers, you know, the Bucks, the Falcons, and the Saints were undefeated.
Yeah, and now, which is not a surprise.
He said, "Next question, please."
I was looking at it from the point of like I put money on a few of these teams to actually remain undefeated, and they didn't. And it's just like the consistent disappointment. The 49ers, I would possibly say, in their division, because right now the Seahawks are playing. To me, they're playing really, really well.
They're playing good offensive football. I can't say that defensively, but they're playing good offensive football.
At the end of the day, you put numbers up. Like, that's the game. You put numbers up. Even if you have zero defense, if you can continue to put numbers up, you got a better chance of winning than, no disrespect, the Broncos.
Hey, man, I can take it, bro. I can take it, man.
You know,
we deserve all the disrespect this week. We deserve it.
And I expect it back if we get our teeth punched in by the Bills.
It doesn't matter. I guarantee you the Bills ain't going to put 70 on y'all.
It ain't never going to be that. Ain't never going to be no 70. Nah.
Mm-hmm. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Whatever.
Keep it coming. Keep them coming.
But yeah, in terms of the league so far, there have been a lot of good games, a lot of great teams playing really well. And I have my sleepers on my list. Again, the Lions for me. Yeah, they're going to be my sleeper team for the NFC.
Well, the Lions had expectations coming in this season based on the way that they finished last year. Remember, they finished last year winning 7 of their last 8 games. So, and then with Aaron Rodgers leaving the division, Detroit was actually the consensus to win that division. I mean, because nobody believed that Minnesota was going to win every close game like they did last year. And goodness gracious, look at Minnesota this year. While they're playing, they're playing competitive football, they're not winning games. To me, the most fascinating division in the NFL coming into the season was the NFC North, because you don't know what to expect. You didn't know what to expect from Jordan Love. How the hell the Saints blew that game yesterday is beyond me. Jameis Winston, man. I mean, God damn. I mean, Derek Carr gets hurt. They up 17-0. Jameis Winston, you can't get a field goal, bruh, to stop the bleeding a little bit. You was a number 1 overall pick. God damn, sorry ass nigga. But now, I mean, but the Chicago Bears, another disappointment to me. I had them as being a dark horse. They are horrible. I bet you they beat us next week, though. I'm serious. I have no reason to have any faith in my team. Historic ass whipping. I mean, damn, nobody dropped that many points on a team since, I mean, my mother wasn't even 10 years old yet last time that shit. I mean, god damn. You know, but anyway, okay, anyway. I mean, those were really kind of my surprises, because honestly, like, the Eagles don't look as dominant yet as they did last year, and I say yet. because I don't care if you're looking dominant, not as long as you're winning games. Cleveland is still, I call Cleveland to be a dark horse in the AFC, and I'm still going to stand on that. You know, I mean, everybody was at Deshaun Watson neck for the performance against Pittsburgh, and rightfully so. That running back that they had, that Jerome Ford, who's replacing Nick Chubb, and I'm glad that his injury wasn't while it's serious, it wasn't career ending like they thought it was going to be. But you bring back Kareem Hunt. The Browns have a top 5 defense. All Deshaun has to play is competent quarterback for that team, because Jerome Ford is a good running back. You bring back Kareem Hunt. Cleveland to me is going to be a major player. I don't believe in Pittsburgh, even though they're 2-1. No, it's not that I don't believe in Pittsburgh. I don't believe in Kenny Pickett, because I damn sure believe in Mike Tomlin. I don't believe in Pickett, but I look at their schedule. I'm like, well, they can string a few together if Kenny Pickett is competent. I mean, I don't put much stock in beating the Raiders. I don't put much stock in beating the Raiders. Jimmy Garoppolo is not the quarterback he was with San Francisco. It's just that simple. So, I mean, again, it's just 3 games. A quarter of the season is about to go through. I think around mid-October, you're going to start seeing things for what it is. But your Miami Dolphins, again, I think if Tua stays healthy, I think he will be the MVP of this league.
100%. And I'll go ahead and make this prediction right now. At the very least, we will take our division. With I'm not going to say with ease, but we will take our division.
Well, this Sunday is a big step, because you don't have to worry about the Jets anymore. You know that.
Yeah.
You've already beaten the Patriots. The Jets are. I mean, again, the Jets are as bad as the Broncos. But no, I take that back. We're worse. The Jets have won a game. We haven't.
Yeah, they actually got a game.
Yeah, they got a game. We don't. But you don't have to worry about them as far as your division. You beat the Patriots, so this Sunday is a big step. Now, do you want to predict your games now, or do you just want to send them to me tomorrow?
I'm gonna send them to you tomorrow, because I want to look closely at a few more that's coming up. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about us going forward for the rest of the season. Dear God, I hope I don't listen to this podcast a couple weeks from now and just be stuffing my face with my words, but we're going to see. We're going to see.
Well, as soon as I post it, I will definitely send it to you. Love you, bro. Y'all kicked our teeth in, and I got to give you your flowers, man.
Hey, love you too, man. Y'all are good losers. Not like Dallas. Y'all are good losers.
Hey, say it again so they can hear you in the chat.
Dallas needs to learn a little humility, but it's all good.
Holla at your boy, bye. Hey, man, look, we should do this again. I mean, I don't mind having you as being a regular on the pod.
Hey, listen, man, I'm here for you. Whenever you want to call and chop it up, I'm here.
All right, man, you're going to enjoy listening to this, bro. This was
So
fun.
what we should do, I'll put it to you this way. If the next time me and you link up, we got to do it in person, on YouTube, video, the whole 9.
Oh, you want to go YouTube live?
Yes, sir. We're gonna have to talk, because if the next time we do this, the Dolphins will be 7-0. That's all I'm.
Really?
No, I'm looking now, because I had to take a minute to look at our next couple games. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what then. If that happens, that Saturday before, the Dolphins' 8th game, I guess, I can, you come over here, we get on my laptop, and we can do a YouTube live, bro.
I'm with it.
You with it?
I'm with it.
All right, Brody.
Yes. All right, man. I'll see you this Saturday, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I can take my lumps, folks. Just to let y'all know, I can take my lumps, and that, this man's team just humiliated me of epic, historic proportions. But I can take it, bro. I can take it. I'm built for this shit. But again, before I go forward, I want to correct myself. I was talking on the phone with Aaron when we were talking about the AFC South. I said everybody in that division is 1-2, and I said earlier how the Colts are 2-1. So forgive me for that mistake in info. But like I said, built for this shit. And you know who else is built for this? Big C. Calvin is on the line. What it do, bro?
What's up, man?
Man, what's up is Another week gone. The prediction league is tight. It's a close-knit race. I've caused chaos from what I said about the Cowboys, and my human error caused chaos this morning as y'all was asking for open investigations.
Yeah, we about to call Vincent on that. We about to get to the bottom of this shit. We about to get to the bottom of this.
Go ahead, knock yourself out, bro. I'll give you every receipt that I got. Go ahead, knock yourself out, sir.
Oh man, we getting to the bottom of this.
Get to the bottom of it. And you know what your investigation will lead you to? The fact that I won legitimately last year. That's what your investigation will get you to the bottom of. And that I won going away.
They call that fruit from the poisonous tree.
All right. Well, I'm not the devil though. What it do, bro? How you doing, man?
What's going on?
Man, you already know what it is. You know what it is. You already know what it is. What was your before we get into the Bucks versus the Eagles, what was your overall takeaway from the overall week outside of my team getting 70 dropped on his head?
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to get back to that. We're gonna have to circle back to that. So, first of all, I think Dallas underestimated Arizona. It's this notion that Arizona is tanking because they've had the first overall pick like twice in the last 6 years or 7 years or something like that. So we associate them with tanking, but only people that didn't get that memo is like Arizona. So they've been, even though they were 0-2 going into Sunday, they have been
competitive.
They've been playing real inspired football.
Yeah, you can make a case that they could easily be 3-0.
I think, you know what I'm saying, and I know, you know what I'm saying, people probably don't want to hear this, but you know, that's probably one of the best things that happened to Dallas. I think it's gonna make them a little better. You know what I'm saying? Because that defense too good to just let. That Trayvon Diggs is a hell of a player. Stephon Diggs, or whatever. Which one is that?
Trayvon Diggs.
That nigga right there. He's a hell of a player. That defense too good to just let for him to go down and just fall apart because the strength of that defense is the rush. So it was a knock in the head. It might, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, probably don't want to hear this, but might wake them people up.
Who probably don't want to hear this? Me? I don't care.
I'm not you in particular, but I'm talking about Dallas fans, Dallas haters.
Oh, I mean, well, you have to explain that to the people that got so in their feelings when I sent out one little text message.
Oh yeah, he's a delicate flower. He's all right. All right though. He got a cake baked for your ass.
I know he do.
That's my dog. He was ready. Hey, he had that junk on spin. He was in that junk probably talking to the girl like, nope. Hey, that nigga say one thing, baby. One thing. That nigga, she probably trying to ask some shit like, what you want for that? What's going on? What's wrong? He looked at the phone like, hold on. Got his ass. And he said that because as soon as you text that shit, that nigga want no bubbles, want nothing. It was there like, he had a cake baked for your ass.
He did. He
had a cake. Both of them niggas, him and the Skip, they was like, they was. I ain't had that much fun. That shit was.
Won't that shit fun as a bitch?
That was epic. They was ready to. They were like the Dudley boys on your head.
I mean, the fact that I could get them out of their element so quick is fucking hilarious. But Marcus and Tony know I love them.
Well, see, I won't gonna call no names, but okay.
I've already called the names, bro.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. I think as far as they go, I think, you know what I'm saying, Skip really don't pay your ass no mind, but Marcus.
Oh yeah, Marcus.
I think that come from. I think he just sick of your shit.
Mark, you said he just sick of my shit.
I think he just sick of your shit. Oh man, I think
Marcus is an athlete. He's an ultra competitive person, and it shows in his fandom too. I am too. I just know how to fuck with Cowboy fans.
Oh yeah, I know. And we all are. Like I was telling them. I was telling them today. Like you know what I'm saying. I've known you for almost a decade. You know, so
Bro, you've known me for over a decade.
Over a decade, and you know I have nothing but love for. There's nobody that I want to beat at everything than this group of people.
I know.
And like that's why I was trying. You know, I know I'll be starting shit in a little chat, but that's why I hope those newcomers come. Like, oh, listen, it's all love, but in here we will compete.
Yes.
We will wager. We will badger.
Yes.
We will agree.
Yes. He said.
But it's all
in love. It's all in fun and games.
And shout out to my new best friend who caught that shit this morning. Which one is that? That's Shantae.
Shantae.
Shantae. Oh, hey, listen. You owned something right there, dog. Hey, you was on the money right there, dog. That's hey, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but back to the.
Oh, hey, you said I've known you, bro. We go back to 2010, bro. You know, we've drank a lot since then, so I understand how we can get years mixed up.
Yeah. To each his own. You know.
Yeah.
We are like. I mean, I love you to death. You know, I push a nigga in the traffic for you, but I be one. I don't give a fuck if it's Mario Kart. I be trying to.
Yeah.
And likewise, I be trying to put you down.
Yeah, Calvin and Sean in particular, you guys, they hate losing to me. They hate losing me. That's why Sean and Calvin talk about an open investigation. They hate the fact.
They losing, period.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I know they hate lose. I know y'all hate losing, period. But it somehow grinds their gears, especially Sean, when he loses to me.
We about to get everything above board, man. You see what I say in the text, brothers? You've been had. You've been hooked. You've been led astray.
Run amok.
But no, okay, back to the football, Jay.
Yes, back to the football. Yes.
I never want to see nobody injured, but I hope Derek Carr takes as much time as he needs.
You
know what I'm saying? I hope he takes as much time as he needs to get better. Do not rush back. Think about your future. Take your time.
They said it's a sprained AC joint, so it's in his shoulder. So that's a I'm not gonna say that's long term, but he's gonna miss a couple of games.
That's thorn, and I think it's a thorn shoulder.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Okay. As far as the Rams, and I couldn't really see the Rams game clearly through my little veil of tears, but with the Bengals, but I see Burrow. Remember when I was sitting, I said, you know what, Burrow, it's time. It's time for you to, you know what I'm saying? And it seemed like he's getting back on track. Let me see.
Well, with Burrow, is like, and I picked the Rams to win that game because I didn't think they were going to play Burrow. If I knew that they were going to play Burrow, I would have gingerly picked Cincinnati to win because you just don't play with no fucking calf injury. I think the Bengals are making a big mistake with Burrow and this calf strain, and you're running the risk of it turning into an ACL, an Achilles issue. Now,
they don't want to go down 0-3.
I understand that, but do you want to lose him for a year? Now, listen,
right? That's what I'm saying.
If you were to tell me today it's not going to be an Achilles issue, it's more or less of a pain tolerance thing, then I say, okay, yeah, Burrow's tough, he can take it. But that's to me, that's a big gamble. That's a roll of the dice.
That's you know what I'm saying. They playing it close to vest. You got to figure out who they left. You got what we should probably do. You know what I'm saying, is look at their schedule and look at when they bye is to see what, you know what I'm saying, what's what.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look at that while you're talking. But I mean, outside of the Bengals, the Bengals and Rams game, what else did you take away from it?
From that game or the week?
Yeah, from the week.
Okay, the Commanders, like, they little bubble burst a little bit. The Bills, they kind of did what we thought they were going to do. We didn't know. If you would have asked us before the season about this game, we would have said it would have came out how it was. But if you would have asked us last week, you ain't know. The Commanders were Commanders, and the Bills won't pay in the bills. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying now. But as far as Brandon,
huh?
you don't. I'm I'm not trying to just let me finish, okay?
Okay.
You don't give up 70 points on accident. You don't do that. There's no way you can give up 70 points on accident. That was on purpose. Somebody, I would be looking at any and everybody who suited up on defense in a Denver Broncos NFL jersey. Get rid of. You don't do that on accident. Nobody's scheme is that good. Nobody's that. They good. Ain't nobody that goddamn good. They trying to get somebody up out of it. They trying to get somebody fired. And for people who, and I know we don't want to, this may be a hard pill to swallow. Russell Wilson, and I cannot stress this enough. Russell Jerome Wilson, he did not give up 70 points. I know we want him, he's in the punching bag, and he deserved a lot of that. But anytime you have a rusher for rush that many yards and a passer that passed that many yards, you should win the game. You should, and if you don't win the game, it should be close. You dig what I'm saying?
I do.
You don't give up that many points on accident. They on some there was some inning given that I don't know what that was. That was on some you can't write that shit. You would have to look at that. It's like they weren't even out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm saying that to say your team may not be as bad as they look. They just fight. They just gave them like fuck. They think they don't give somebody fired. Then somebody got to die for that. Some heads got to roll for that shit. You don't do no shit like that on national TV somewhere. It was on TV somewhere. You may not have seen it where you was at.
Look, I apologize to anybody who watched that game in a local area of Miami or Denver because I guarantee you CBS took that game off of the air probably midway through the third quarter when the Dolphins hit 50.
Now, as far as the Eagles game and the Bucs game, that went pretty much how we all thought it was gonna go. But I say this, you know what I'm saying? Like we had not all throughout the game, but we had a couple of opportunities to not make it look as bad. Like you can't be dropping passes. When you play in a team that powerful and that's you just can't have those type of things. You can't play that. I just now if your game plan is not working and you're out coached and everything, that's different. That's out of your control. But when people are wide open and you're missing them, or they're hitting the ball and then you got, you know what I'm saying, then you got to, and you fumbling. And that's the thing. I know everybody got grooves about their team, but like, I play with the nigga on the game, but Rashad White needs to take night classes or something on how to shut the fuck up. I've never seen somebody who's done so little and be so, like he pissed me off week one when he, first off, yeah, Baker Mayfield, he learned their signals in halftime. Why would you say that?
Right.
Why would you take it up? We all know a nigga like that. Like, dude.
Yeah, we do.
Fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was a veteran in that line, in that locker room, we'd have some words. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Levante David needs to have a word with him.
Yeah, put that nigga in the locker or something. I've been, hey, look, it'd have been some furniture moving in that bitch, nigga. If you say one more thing,
Shaq Barrett and him need to have a talk.
If you say anything but thank you, good evening, or good night, it's gonna be a misunderstanding. And your mama, don't you give your opinion no more. We'll give it to you. You ain't gotta think we're gonna funk it for you. Shut the fuck up. So that is what that is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it won't like. I mean, the score looked nasty from the clip. Because I really won't. I mean, I had this little superstition thing. The first two games, I tried not to track down and watch, and shit happened. So I really won't try to track this one down. But I was going back and forth, and it looked like, you know what I'm saying, the little clips I saw, it won't like at the beginning it like we was trying, but once they started to run downhill, it was like, see, that's that bullshit. But that's what they do, you know.
Yeah, and then particularly when it started raining, that's when they really put the ground game in effect. Now, before I get back to your team and your division, as far as Russell Wilson goes, when I look at Russell Wilson, I'm comparing and contrasting Russell Wilson from this year thus far to last year. And even though last year at this point in time we were 2-1, and this year we're 0-3 at the same point. Russell Wilson as an individual has played a lot better. Do you realize that Russell Wilson has more passing yards and passing touchdowns than Geno Smith, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, and Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow? It's just not equaling into wins. So what Sean Payton is doing exactly what I thought he would do for Russell Wilson, which is bring better play from Russell Wilson. But for one, our defense is Vance Joseph may have been fired on sight, if that's me.
Wasn't he the head coach?
Yes, he was the head coach. Vance Joseph may have been fired on spot. The choices before, when Sean Payton first got hired, his two choices for defensive coordinator was Vance Joseph and Rex Ryan. Man, Rex Ryan looking good in a government check right now.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm just saying. I'm honestly, because I
like that.
Yeah, man. 70 points. The last touchdown the Dolphins scored wasn't even by Tua. Mike White threw the touchdown pass.
They playing like a team that they you know what I'm saying, they playing, and they might have shot their load. We don't know, we'll see, but they playing like a team. For the last couple of games, they've been playing like a team that somebody took something from them. Because, they were, that Tua shit last year put them behind, that shit set them back a while. Like, you didn't know this boy was going to live or die, let alone.
Right, exactly.
And they just to be frustrated to see that, I guess to sit there and see all this shit happen and knowing where y'all could be, and to have, like, fucking Teddy Bridgewater and whoever else the fuck. Didn't they have RG3 too?
No, they didn't have RG3, but they did have Bridgewater. I mean, hell, we had Bridgewater the season before that.
Yeah. Yeah, so they playing like I guess I would say, really, I guess the only undefeated teams right now are
is the 49ers, Eagles, and the Dolphins.
And they're playing like the most.
They're playing like the most explosive team.
The most agreed. Agreed means when you feel aggrieved, that means you feel slighted. You feel like somebody took something from you or somebody cheated you.
Right.
And that's how those three teams are playing. They feel like they need to get back to the exact same moment when shit went south for them last year. And they are playing like lights out. They are hell bent on getting back to where they feel like they got cheated or slighted.
Well, the Dolphins have a big test this week because they have Buffalo. And as great as Buffalo looked, it's almost been swept under the rug. Because remember, Buffalo beat Washington, who was undefeated. They beat them 37-3 in Washington. But it's being swept under the rug because the Dolphins put up 70. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Buffalo make no mistake about it, Buffalo beat the fuck out the Commanders. But it's being swept under the rug because the Dolphins put up 70 and won by 50.
Don't Von Miller come back?
Who?
Von Miller.
I don't know if it's this. I think no, not this game, because when you're on the PUP list, you have to miss at least 4 games. So Von Miller won't be back this week. He'll be back next week.
That's yeah, that'll be huge. But we'll see. We'll see like what they.
Well, we will see. But getting back to your division, Rashad White is kind of a loudmouth, but good God, Jalen Carter, good God, I mean, he is a beast.
He's as advertised. Yeah.
He is as advertised. Jalen Carter is special. And to think about it, he's on a pitch count now. This is what I think about him, just playing 25 snaps per game. I think it's smart because you're integrating him properly into the defense, and he may not, and when all of those 25 snaps, he's going to be going 100 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. But if it's just 25 snaps, he's not going to wear himself out.
Right, and it's going to be fresh.
Yes.
And if your team is doing what it's projected to do, most of those snaps will come in the third or fourth quarter when teams are trying to drop back fast and catch up.
And the reason why I brought that up is because Micah Parsons, this is not me trying to take no shots at Dallas. I'm just saying what was factual. Remember the beginning of last season, Micah Parsons came out the gate like a bat out of hell. Oh, he gonna win defensive MVP. He may win league MVP. We were saying the same shit last year about Micah Parsons. But what happened? Came November, came December, Micah Parsons started to, I'm not gonna say fade to black, but the numbers were significantly different in November and December and January as the case of September and October. Because he had worn himself down to a certain degree. If the Eagles keep doing this with Jalen Carter, because they gonna be there in January, in mid to late January, because Marcus made me laugh when he said my team gonna be playing in January. I said, well, my team gonna be playing in January too. Week 18 is in January. Matter of fact, week 17 and 18 is in motherfucking January. But in mid to late January, Jalen Carter, the Eagles will be there, and that boy is, as Alex said, he's gonna be fresh and he's as advertised. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, but too, and also too, but you have to consider, like in November and December, there's more tape on you than there was in September and October, and people they and offenses and coaches they have a better grip on how to scheme against you, so they probably double team it, because somebody like that, once you so you got people like, you have like a Von Miller. Okay, far like when you have like a elite pass rusher, like, let me see who in the game today in that position. Von Miller,
Nick Bosa, Hassan Reddick.
Okay, Nick Bosa.
Myles Garrett, excuse me.
Okay, well they don't. Those are like come on, like for 3-4 outside linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we'll use Von Miller because we do both. Like,
okay,
like Von Miller, you want to run. You better off not running at him. If he's going to chase that bitch down, chase it. Let him chase that. But somebody like Bosa or Garrett, I take that back. Somebody like Bosa and Garrett, you don't want to run to them. You want to run away from them. If they want to chase, fine. But somebody with the speed like a Von Miller or that boy from Dallas, you run at them. You have to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? You have to. You have to see what type of person that is. And when I say figure that out, when you go to tape and you go to game plan and see what other people did with them and what they did on third downs to get them and what worked in this situation, distance to go, you come up with a better identity. You come up with a better plan based on your ability. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because I get what you're saying. Like, he slowed down, but there's a lot of reasons why he could have slowed down. People could have started chipping them and getting a double team, and they accounted for that, and they didn't miss him as much because they knew people was going to be double teaming. So what you do is you overload the other side. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff to that. But one thing is his production may went down, but shit, just like maybe a cornerback, your numbers may go down, but the influence is there. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, how many years how you doing? How many years does the best cornerback not lead the league in interceptions?
Oh, well, I mean, hell, Deion Sanders rarely ever led the league in interceptions.
And lie. The niggas gonna throw to him. You know?
I mean, I think the only year he led the league in interceptions, honestly, was the year he was with the 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And that's when he won Defensive Player of the Year. But I understand what you're saying about Micah Parsons' injured and about Jalen Carter. But you go ahead. But this is how deep Philly's D-line is. You go ahead, double Jalen Carter. You going to leave Fletcher Cox open.
Right.
Or you going to leave Jordan Davis open. Or you going to leave Hassan Reddick open. They tough, man.
And they play two different positions. They can rush from two different spaces.
Yes, they tough.
Always come off the edge. Jalen can come right up the middle.
Yes.
Like Aaron Donald side. And if you like somebody like that, then that's even scarier, because he's right there at the ball. So
yes, Jalen Carter, he's gonna get $150 million contract for a D lineman. Because by the time his rookie deal is up, I mean, he's already making about 35 million off of his rookie deal, because he was a top 10 pick. Matter of fact, I think he was a top 5 pick. But when it's time for his contract to run up, when it's time for when he becomes a free agent, he's gonna get $150 million.
Yeah, I think he was drafted number 9.
Number 9, right? You said number 9?
I think so. I bet you 75 cents he was drafted number 9.
This motherfucker said 75 cents. Okay. In 1970, that was something. That motherfucker said 79 cents. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up. But I'm gonna tell you, that boy. I hope he keep his nose clean because this sir has a future.
Yeah.
This guy has a future. I don't know why the hell my shit just went to YouTube and I pressed Wikipedia. My goodness gracious.
Yeah.
It went to Jalen Carter's greatest hits. Okay.
Yeah,
well, you get your 75 cents, Calvin. He was drafted number 9.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So even this, so he's a top 10 pick. So his contract is still around the $25 to $30 million range. But this boy gonna command a lot of money. Like I said, I hope he keep his nose clean and I hope he keep his health good. But as far as y'all division goes, again, I've been saying, have I sold the New Orleans Saints too high? I don't even want to say I sold them too high because their defense is exactly what I thought it was. Derek Carr hasn't caught.
It was last year.
Yeah, exactly, which is elite. But Derek Carr to me appears to be the perfect game manager. He doesn't even have to be spectacular. He's been a good game manager. And as soon as he went out, Jameis Winston. And if
My dog. I said, my nigga don't never let me down. Come on, James. My nigga.
I mean, Jameis Winston for a number 1 overall pick. Good God.
Hey, listen, my homeboy used to say Eli get this look in his face. So he a Giants fan. He said, when Eli get that look in his face, oh, shit. We going down. The band was playing and the shit went down. I'm going to tell you, when Jameis get that look in his face, them eyes get big, them high beams get on. Oh, it's a wrap, Jack. You cancel Christmas.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Jameis Winston, gosh. And I want to see him do well, but gosh.
Nobody roots for Jameis more than me. Nobody roots for him more than me. You remember when you told me Tom Brady, I was like, oh, keep Jameis Winston. Boy, was I wrong. And
yes, sir.
And he has never let me down since that day. He's done everything I needed him to do. Man, his eyes, when he got in the game and them eyes got big, and he did something. He threw the ball like clear the sideline. He came to coach. He came up the sideline. The coach was talking to him. The coach had his. You ever see like the coach wanted to grab him by the face mask. And his eyes was big. His mouth was wide open. I said, oh yeah, they about to win. I said Green Bay about to be back in this thing. Yeah,
man, golly. And again, I was at the fair, so I'm keeping up with the scores. I'm seeing 17-0 fourth quarter. Yeah, I picked the Saints. Yeah, I got this. And then about 30 minutes later, I look and see Green Bay 18-17. I'm like, what the hell happened? Jameis Winston happened. And it's like, and if Jameis is going to be in there for any extended amount of time, this division could be up for the taking because, again, remember, Calvin, I told you this months ago and you thought I was being funny. I said Baker Mayfield is not going to be as bad as you think he's going to be, especially if your weapons are healthy and he's healthy. You have a respectable defense. Now, and they are going to be competitive in every single game. I do not believe in Desmond Ridder as the quarterback of the Falcons. I just don't. I believe in Bijan Robinson. That motherfucker's special. But
Desmond Ridder look like one of them niggas that I don't know. He look like he yeah. He just like one of them niggas that be at the barbershop that always be trying to put on and shit. Like he got something going on and don't know.
Yeah, and his tag team partner should be Kenny Pickett because I don't believe in that motherfucker neither.
Yeah, and I rooted for Kenny Pickett. Well, I ain't gonna say I rooted for Kenny Pickett. I think that's my everlasting, undying rooting for Mike Tomlin.
Right, exactly. There you go. Because I don't believe in Kenny Pickett, but I believe in Tomlin as a coach. Right. Bingo.
Because I say this again, I can't stress this enough. That Pittsburgh defense, like that. You listen. I can't say enough about Mike Tomlin. For real.
Nobody. But look. Hey, go ahead. I love Tomlin.
As bad as that offense may look, that defense is everlasting. That defense is without Hammerhead. Without, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they look just like without. I'm talking about pass rush wise and scheme wise and blitz wise. They look just like they did. It's 08, 07.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They are getting through there, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't bang it out like they did when they was running that bang 9 shit and trying to knock a nigga, trying to make a nigga nipples connect, hit them in the fucking chest, but they still doing that thing, man. Now Pickett may not be the answer.
No, I don't think he is the answer, but
he's not coming along fast enough.
But I look at Pittsburgh's schedule, at least for the next 5-6 weeks. They could get ahead of the game a little bit because, their schedule is kind of soft. Now, I think the team that, I called to be a dark horse in the AFC, everybody kind of looked at him sideways because of Deshaun, but Cleveland, I still think Cleveland's a major player because you see what Cleveland just did to Tennessee without Nick Chubb. That dude, Jerome Ford, he's been a good replacement. The Browns did the smartest thing they could have did. They called Kareem Hunt, said, bring your ass back here. Kareem Hunt brought his ass back there. So, and the dude Ford, he's not Nick Chubb. No, he's not. And thank the Lord that the x-rays did not show as bad as what it looked like on the field. Nick Chubb should be back next season.
Oh, man, but yeah.
Yeah, no, because remember, when he got hurt, everybody thought it was the ACL, PCL, MCL, all that shit. It was just the MCL was torn and a partial tear in the ACL. So, as ugly as it looked, it actually is not. It's actually, while it's season ending, yes, but it's not career ending. Let me put it that way. But Cleveland, the Browns have a top 5 defense. And side note, we were just talking about pass rushers. Myles Garrett is the best pass rusher in football. It ain't Watt, it ain't Bosa, it ain't Micah Parsons. It's Myles Garrett. This motherfucker is superhuman. And that Cleveland defense is real with a renegade coach who's a perfect. Jim Schwartz ain't a good head coach because he's too much of a renegade, but he's a hell of a defensive coordinator.
Oh yeah.
And that motherfucker got that Cleveland Brown defense going. And I don't know what to make of the Ravens. There's so many divisions right now that I think are wide open. I don't know what to make of the Ravens. You should not lose to Indianapolis, even though Indianapolis is 2-1. Shout out to them. I think they should keep Gardner Minshew at the starting job for now. But I don't know what to make of Baltimore. Because Baltimore gets the injury bug more than any other team I've ever seen every year.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You said Baltimore. See, I had so much shit going on after so I didn't realize it didn't dawn on me that Indianapolis beat Baltimore.
Yes.
What a bitch. Hey, what you do?
Yes.
All right. What that boy name? Don't you?
Gardner Minshew.
That boy can play, huh?
Yeah, he can play. He's nobody's long-term answer, but he's a good relief pitcher. Let's put it that way. Gardner Minshew's a good relief pitcher.
He's Shane Falco.
Yeah, there you go. He's like Nick Foles. He will never be a franchise quarterback who you can bank on for decades. But if you put that son of a bitch in the right situation, he can be a hell of a relief pitcher.
Yeah. Hey, Nick Foles changed the world. You better leave. Don't you talk about.
Oh no. I look. I love Nick Foles, but Nick Foles also is currently unemployed.
Yeah.
And I just want to tell you this. You know what the New York Jets did for their quarterback issues? They just signed a free agent quarterback.
Who was that?
They signed Trevor Siemian.
Oh man. Anybody? Is anybody out? Anybody? Hey, but on the side note, you ever had like a movie you loved when you was growing up and then you go back and watch it, like, this is terrible.
Yes.
That's why I thought about Shane Falco, because I seen The Replacements over the weekend, and I was like, this movie is terrible.
It's fucking horrible, right?
I didn't even think, maybe it's not a football, maybe because I thought it was a football movie, but it don't make no fucking sense. Like, did you see the last game? Remember Shane Falco come back?
Yeah.
Who you know? Now, mind you, this is an NFL, this is supposed to be a National Football League game. Who you know can just show up unemployed? You're not even in the team. You're not even employed. You know what I'm saying? You just show up. You get insecurity, past security, and just walk on the field. No problem. You know what I'm saying? Like me.
And that's Keanu Reeves, baby.
You a streak at that point. And did you see that fucking out route that Orlando Jones ran?
Yeah.
That's fake ass. You don't think a BB be sitting all on top of that shit? Fuck out of here. This shit is terrible. Like, was that what movies was like when we was growing up?
Man, well, no, but you know they made a parody movie to it. I forgot what the fuck it was called, but it had
Oh yeah.
you know, it was like ACL tear. The comebacks. That's what it was called.
The comeback.
Yeah.
The comeback. Yeah. That movie fucking sucked, dog. Oh my God. I can't believe I used to watch this shit and be happy that I'm watching this dumbass shit. I know the fuck better. When did that shit come out? In 2000, I was like, what, 14? What was I, 14? I had to know. What was I?
You was old enough to know better.
I should have knew better than that. How the fuck did you go from Any Given Sunday to liking that shit? Maybe I just like football, you know?
I guess so, because Any Given Sunday is a classic, and we would just we just would eat up any football movie after that. Because after Any Given Sunday was Friday Night Lights, which was another classic.
Water Boy was more believable than the Replacements, goddammit. That shit was fucking horrible. Like, oh my! When I saw it, listen, I was like, this movie can't be that. Am I high? Am I frustrated? Is somebody mad? I seen that fucking comeback route that Orlando Jones ran, and I said, get the fuck out of here. Just stupid. He fucking the kick. Think about how unrealistic the situation is. The kicker is ready to shave points because he don't want to get beat up, and he tells the quarterback, and the quarterback does the most logical thing and scramble. And don't tell nobody else he's scrambling. He takes the field goal and scramble and score. Remember that part?
Yes.
How improbable. How stupid do they? How stupid. I want to know who directed this shit. This shit is not. You know what I'm saying? Oliver Stone would never. Oliver Stone is. He's the one that directed Any Given Sunday. He would never write no bullshit like that.
No. Steven Spielberg wouldn't either.
Oh my God. I can't believe I subjected myself to that shit. I wonder how many years that took off my life liking that movie.
Let me hit a college note right quick. Did you see what happened to Colorado? I mean, football for the state of Colorado was horrible this past weekend.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. As far as, getting slapped, sometimes you got to get hit to get woke up. I mean, I think, because we always rooted for Colorado. Like, I didn't know Colorado had a team before I read to Deion went there, so I'm going to start there.
Man, that's where Cordell Stewart came from, bruh.
It sure did. I ain't heard nothing about him since then. You know what I'm saying? That was never even seen, couldn't tell you what their jerseys look like, because I remember, when Colorado, when he went there, I remember, I'm seeing blue and gold. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing him in those in them colors. So, but you know what I'm saying? They carrots turn into a pumpkin. It's all up and down. I mean, we'll learn more about them this week than we did last.
Oh yeah. They play USC this weekend.
But when you get back up, you know what I'm saying? But that boy, and that's gonna be interesting, because I didn't realize that boy Caleb Williams was that fucking fast. He like Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes and parents went together, and he went to his daddy's house on the weekend for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, that boy is fast, and he got a little swag on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he put a little swag on it there.
He is. And I always hear about him and never really caught a game until the other day. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? This bitch is moving. What's wrong with him? But anyway, we'll see. But we all I don't think I know anybody that's rooting, that don't want to see Deion do it. But Deion, sometimes what you can handle, everybody can handle. Like, when you bring a celebrity to the game and doing all this shit, like them kids he got them college games looking like a prize fight.
Bro, they're the most expensive ticket in football, especially college football. A regular ticket to a Colorado game is $500, bro.
Yeah. He you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope it's something that they can bounce back and be like, you see this? Like, all this shit, it's gonna be like that because I'm not gonna stop talking. I'm not gonna change them.
Oh, bro, if Colorado beats USC this week, you might the Oregon game never happened.
Yeah. But what is the likelihood of them beating?
I don't, man. Colorado, you know, they don't have the complete roster yet. But the fact that they've already tripled their win total from last year, I mean, Deion's already won. But now, anytime he loses a game, you know the haters are gonna pounce on him.
Right.
I mean, because like with the coach from Oregon who made the pregame speech saying, you know, they play for clicks, we play for wins. Now that may be true, but the only reason why you let a camera crew in there to hear you say that is you was doing that for clicks too, my G.
Yeah, you was doing that for clicks too, right? I didn't think about it like that because at first I was like, you can't fuck that man trying to get his team to play. You tell him what?
No, I'm not. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think what he did was great. I mean, you couldn't have given, you know, I mean, given the situation and the reputation that Colorado and Deion was coming in there with. No, he didn't do anything wrong. But he had the camera crew in there because think about it, all of this shit. Now these college coaches have to get their recruitment game up. Because everybody's gonna want to go play for Deion, so you're gonna have to do things out of character to get your recruitment up, and that's what Dan Lannon for Oregon did. I ain't mad at him, but when he said you doing this for clicks, yeah, you made that speech in front of a camera crew for clicks too, my nigga.
Yeah, you too.
That's all. You know, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you got a quarterback that's been to 3 different colleges and has been playing since before the pandemic, Bo Nix, you should win.
Yeah, that nigga like 35, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been hearing Bo Nix's name since like 2017, 2018. I'm like, this nigga's still in college?
Yeah, I thought Bo Nix was a coach for a long time.
Like, nigga, like, don't you got a wife and some kids now, nigga? What you still doing playing with teenagers for?
He gonna retire from the NCAA.
You know what I'm saying?
He gonna retire from the NCAA.
Yo, I'm gonna stick around for this NIL money.
Yeah, hey, you know that's probably what it is. He probably say that to himself, oh hell no.
Yeah, can I get some more years of eligibility?
Y'all got me fucked up. I've been out here and I ain't gonna go pro. Shit.
Right, exactly.
Shit. What other majors what other class can I take up?
Right, I'm about to get my master's degree out this motherfucker.
Y'all got the game fucked up.
I might get a doctorate. I'll still be playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who did that shit? Like Chris Winkie?
Chris Winkie was like 29, 30 when he was in college football. Yeah.
I was like, man, what you trying to do? Be a doctor?
Yeah, like when he beat Vic in the national title game, he was damn 30 years old. 20. Well, he was at least 29.
Fucking grown ass man. So let me ask you something. If you leave early and go to the NFL, can you go back for your for your last year eligibility?
Well, no, not for your last year eligibility. You can go back for your degree. That's what you can do.
But you can't play.
No, you cannot play.
Oh, so Julio Jones can't go back.
No, he cannot go back.
He can't go back to Alabama.
But here's the crazy thing about it is that you can actually go. You can't go back and play the sport that you were professional in, but you can actually go back and play another sport.
What?
Like remember J.R. Smith?
Uh-huh.
Remember, he had a long NBA career. You know, after he retired, after the Lakers won a 2020 championship, he loves golf. So he went back to college and literally was playing golf in the NCAA.
What?
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Did he have a shirt on?
I'm probably not. Remember, J.R. Smith used to fuck with Rihanna. I'm like, you know, so he got some kind of clout with him. I mean, I bet you he wish he was A$AP Rocky now, nigga. I do every day. Anyway.
Yeah.
How about Usher doing the halftime show?
I was hoping it was somebody white. So they talk about everybody. They down, you know what I'm saying? They try to carry Rihanna, try to carry. You know what I'm saying?
Snoop and Dre and them.
And Snoop and Dre and them. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping it was Taylor Swift, little skinny ass. And
I've heard enough about Taylor Swift. Oh my God. Okay, she's fucking Travis Kelce. So what?
For PR, that shit is PR. Like, first of all,
God damn.
I could give less than a fuck.
Exactly, bruh. That's a lead story on ESPN. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Are y'all that desperate for content?
And was we talking? Was it y'all? Or was I talking to somebody else? It's not so much that they're talking to. It's not so much what they got going on. It's what she got going on. She is one of those celebrities that's in rare air. Like she's like, okay. Like, you got your Michael Jackson, your Michael Jordan. You know, well, Michael Jackson is probably the greatest celebrity ever.
Yeah,
Him dying really shot him up there. Nobody really.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It is. I mean, it is. That's how it is. Because, like, come on now. Death elevated a lot of. He was a laughing stock for a minute, but he died, and then he was, you know what I'm saying? Even with Tupac, because Tupac and Biggie, because, like, if y'all, some people are too young to remember, the biggest rapper in the game who was the rap game at that time, was Snoop.
Yep.
Snoop was the rap game. Them niggas got shot, and that was over. Anyway.
Because Snoop had the controversy with him that made his popularity build, because remember the murder case. He had that there.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, she's in rare air. Only a few celebrities can walk in that area. You have Beyonce. You might have who else? You might have Drake. Right now, he's ascending. He ain't there yet. Look, he that nigga, but he not in that area. He not in their space yet. He's ascending. He's gonna get there, and you know what I'm saying. He's gonna get there. You have like
he's there in Canada.
Yeah, but fuck that.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
You have Rihanna's probably almost like
yeah. I was just getting ready to say that Taylor Swift has made the second most money for independent female artists, only behind Rihanna. So she's in that rare air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's not so much what he got going on, because for real, Travis Kelce really ain't that. The most interesting thing about him is Patrick Mahomes up until this. So it's really what she got going on. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's going, and you know what I'm saying? And you give about 18 months, he'll be an album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she gonna name that album 87.
Yeah, 87. Yep. She's gonna name that bitch 87. And that man went from that nigga started dating Taylor Swift and then turned into a state trooper that turns his body cam off. See that nigga mustache?
Yes, he do look like a damn state trooper. He need to drop that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is.
But I mean, like, lead story on ESPN. I mean, I know Taylor Swift is but whatever. Anyway, whatever.
It's Taylor Swift. It's not him.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't a white, and like I said in the chat, it ain't a white or black thing. I'm not hating on them because they white.
No, I mean neither.
Because I listen. Ain't nothing wrong. I will push a nigga into traffic for a deal.
I saw you put that on the chat stream.
That is my milk. That is my milk of magnesium, and nobody. You remember that's my milk of magnesium.
My milk of magnesia. Oh. Maybe we can do a little jungle fever.
Yeah. So it is what it is. That type of shit. My point is that follows her. Whatever she goes. No.
But let's
cool as a bitch.
Huh?
But she probably cool as a bitch.
She probably is cool as a bitch. That's how I feel about Dashka Polanco and Joy Taylor. Anyway.
Joy Taylor. Yeah.
Yes, Joy Taylor. Man, please. She could put her. I would put my face in. Oh, you know what? Let me shut the fuck up. Let me shut up.
Ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I'm sorry. Hey, listen. Mm-hmm. Joy Taylor, she invokes different feelings in different people. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a fuck.
That's you know, like that's demon time right there.
Hey, let me tell you something. Joy Taylor, boy, Lord Jesus. That's all I can say. Oh, I mean, and the fact that I'm sorry, there's nothing more sexier to me than a woman who knows sport to know what the fuck they talking about. Yeah. And you a goddess too?
Yeah.
Like low key, I be on like low key, and people may not agree with me, and I could give a fuck. I be on Kimberly Martin like that too from ESPN. Good Lord, man, come on.
I don't care. I don't care what your kink is or what your preference is, but there's nothing as long as you like women, there's nothing more enticing than a powerful.
Absolutely. Good Lord, give me that powerful woman who know what the fuck she talking about. Give me 3.5 minutes, maybe even 4.
There's nothing. You said what?
I said give me 3.5 minutes, maybe even 4, and that's just for round 1, nigga.
There's nothing more enticing than a strong power.
It isn't. It isn't. You know, I give me a boss bitch any day of the week, as long as she don't try to become a bossy bitch to me. Give him to me. Go ahead, cause I have your back. Like Calvin said, I'll push a nigga in traffic for you. You feel me? But let's get these picks, bro. Let's get these picks. Let's get you squared away for week 4. Let's start us off. Thursday night football, Detroit at Green Bay. Who you got?
They ain't got old Jameis to count on this time. Let me see. You know what, Green Bay? I got to stick with you.
Green Bay?
I got to stick with you. What, they 3-1?
2-1. 2-1. Same record. They both got the same record. 2-1.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay just to.
Jordan Love is playing respectable. He's playing good football. I think the Packers made the right choice.
It seemed like if he stopped worrying about his mechanics and his play, because at first it seemed like his first couple of throws, like he was imitating Aaron Rodgers throwing motion. Like, come on now, we've seen that. We know that's not yours. Put that down.
Right.
Put that shit down and throw the fucking ball.
Right.
Man,
right. Absolutely.
sidearm shit, because I've seen Zach Wilson try to do the same shit in the preseason. Like, that ain't how y'all do it. Y'all won't throw the fucking ball before you. Like that. Stop that bullshit. But yeah, I'm going with Green Bay. He just needs to just throw the ball.
Green Bay, okay. The next game will be Sunday morning in Germany. Well, it'll be Sunday morning us for here. Atlanta versus Jacksonville.
On with Atlanta.
Going ATL.
Hold on. Wait a goddamn.
Okay.
What's Jacksonville record?
1-2. Jacksonville, to me, has been the most disappointing team in the NFL when it comes to teams with expectations.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going with Jacksonville.
Okay, Jacksonville.
Damn, that's why I'm looking for my toolbox. I'm trying to leave work and shit. I'm like, damn, I ain't put this in my toolbox. My whole toolbox, right? Hey, Greg, I'm coming, man. I left all my shit out in the street. Go ahead.
All right. Miami at Buffalo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Buffalo got a civic duty. If somebody don't stop these people, they only gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger. Yeah. I'm telling you, they playing like a nigga stole something from them. Damn, I want Josh Allen them to win, but
it's in Buffalo. If that makes any difference to you.
Yeah, but it ain't fucking January. Let me see. They playing lights out. No Von Miller. I'm going Miami.
All right. Battle of the two worst teams in the NFL. Denver at Chicago.
Ooh. Should I pick Baby Jesus over
Hey, do whatever you want to do, bro.
Not Baby Jesus. I gotta pick Baby Jesus. He the one you and Sean swear about Justin Fields. I gotta pick Baby Jesus.
We'll pick Baby Jesus then.
Yeah. Fucking bum.
So that's who you going with? You going with Chicago?
I'm going with sweet 8-pound, 7-ounce Baby Jesus.
Okay. Baltimore at Cleveland.
Ooh. Could they shock the world? Are they? What time is this game?
This is a 1:00 game, sir.
It's a 1:00 game. it was in prime time, I picked Baltimore. Which nigga do I like? What was the score of the Indy game, the Indy and Baltimore game? Was it a lot to a little? Was it close?
It was the Indy beat him in overtime, 22-19.
I'm going Baltimore.
Okay.
All right, Miss Lorraine, go straight home. You go to jail tonight. You're going to be in there for the rest of the week. Ain't nobody coming to get you.
All right.
Nobody coming to get you this weekend. This week. Huh? Nah, you going to get the boogie. Ain't nobody worried about the boogeyman. They worry about you. You better go straight home. Yeah, I'm going Baltimore.
All right.
Oh.
Cincinnati at Tennessee.
Tennessee was my dark horse team. It seemed like they dark. They ain't horses. What's Cincinnati record? 1-3, 1-2?
1-2, so it's Tennessee's record. 1-2.
Who has a better chance of winning the division if they lose? Probably Tennessee. They going. I want Tennessee.
Okay. All right.
I did some shit now. Hold on, I did this shit last year. Just pick a shit. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's the last one I'm gonna do like that. Yeah, I'm gonna pick. I ain't sure about how well did Burrow play? Did he play all right?
He played all right. I mean, 250 some passing yards, no touchdown passes. I mean, it was a field goal game, pretty much.
It was a field goal game. Yeah, and Tennessee. I'm going Tennessee.
Okay. The Rams at the Colts.
Picking shit. So when as the year go on, it's harder. It get harder. It gets. You get lucky, then it gets harder, then it gets harder, then it gets easy. Fucking called Donna Minshew, bitch ass. I'm going to the Rams.
Okay. All right, Tampa Bay at New Orleans.
Going with New Orleans, baby. Come on, James.
Okay.
Right. I mean, my system been working. We just ran to a buzzsaw. That's all.
I got you. Washington at Philadelphia.
Again with that buzzsaw, what's going on? Well, hold on now. No, it's gonna be Philly, but it ain't gonna be like ain't gonna be like the rest of their games. Well, I ain't gonna say the rest of them because they had some close ones. They just beat our ass. It's a division game, so everybody's gonna pick Philly. Everybody's gonna pick Philly. I'm gonna try. Listen, I think Philly's gonna win, but I'm gonna pick the Commanders. Try to shake shit up.
Okay, no problem. Well, you tried that last week and you won the week. You won first place. Minnesota at Carolina. Huh?
Did I?
Yes.
Oh shit. Who was Macaroni Tony?
Who was Macaroni Tony? Aaron. Aaron was Macaroni Tony, unfortunately.
Okay.
Minnesota at Carolina.
Oh man. Minnesota. I think Bryce Young maybe ash.
I don't know if Bryce Young is gonna play. Remember, he didn't play the last game. It was Andy Dalton.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he lost his sister or something. He lost somebody. Look, Ray, they still cheat. Look.
Oh, okay, so then he'll probably play this week coming up. Okay.
Those fall games of motherfucker. You see that shit? Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right, next game, please, is Pittsburgh at Houston.
See, that defense is going to be a little too grown for.
Go for C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, that's a grown man defense right there.
Yeah, you going with Pittsburgh?
But Houston held me down last week.
They did.
Yeah, how many people picked Houston?
Just you and David. You and David. That's it.
Yeah, David. Two black head coaches. I'm going Pittsburgh. I can't. Mike Thomas.
All right, the Raiders at the Chargers.
Jimmy hurt. Jimmy in like 2 or 3 pieces, ain't it?
Yeah, I heard Jimmy went to the hospital for a concussion.
Yeah, whoever they play, I'm picking.
Okay, that's the Chargers. All right, New England. Huh?
Ain't it crazy how they was talking about Kellen Moore? They was trying to get rid of Kellen Moore, and he asked, and the record may not reflect it, but his offense is scoring like 50 points a game.
Yeah, it's just the Chargers always find ways to lose the game because of their head coach. Brandon Staley's an idiot. He should not be the head coach of the Chargers. But you know what? I'm glad because he's the only thing that's holding Justin Herbert back. New England at Dallas. Zeke returns to the Cowboys.
I'm going. What's New England record?
1-2.
Going New England. I don't think Belichick likes Dallas.
I don't think so either. All right. Arizona at San Francisco.
49.
All right. Kansas City at the Jets.
Mahomes.
And Seattle.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a goddamn minute. Yeah, I'm going Kansas City.
Okay. And finally, Seattle at the Giants.
Seattle. Not picking the Giants. Shit.
All right, Calvin's picks are as follows. Green Bay, Jacksonville, Miami, Chicago, Baltimore, Tennessee, the Rams, the Saints, the Commanders, the Vikings, the Steelers, Chargers, Patriots, 49ers, Chiefs, and Seahawks. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
All right, my guy. Well, let me let you go so I can get some more of these picks underway. I will hit you up later on this evening, my boy.
All right, then.
Later. Big C. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Calvin is pure gold. He is. Calvin is pure gold. And you know who else is gold? Oh, come on now. Brother Sean. He gold. As much as they try to want to open investigation on me, or as much as he can't
Brandon Gates.
as much as he can't accept the fact that that he's currently in second place and was in second place last year. Brother Sean is gold now. What up, homie?
Hey, what's good, man? I had a bad week. A lot of motherfuckers let me down. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't tripping.
I'm just mad. I'm just mad that you think Lex is a burner account for me. Like, are you joking? Lex hit me up a few minutes ago, and she said she gonna send me her picks in a few. Well, a little later on. I said you got to go. I said you got to go in a group chat and let them know that you are a real person.
I don't believe it. We don't believe it. We don't believe it. We need concrete evidence that there is a female pick and pick. So we don't believe it.
Well, I it's not just me. Marquise, who you talk to, your other Eagles fan, he's the one who he's the one who brought her on. So she's not a burner account for me. She texted me. She said, "I just know football like everybody else." I'm like,
yeah.
Like I feel you, and as of right now, she sits atop at first. You and Tony are tied for second. It happens. And this is really cool. This is actually really cool because it's really competitive. You know, it's really competitive. You're down by a game. I'm down by 4 games. Calvin's down by 3. Shantae's down by 3. So it's really competitive. You know, because, you know, last year by week 3, I hadn't run away with it, but I was like 5 games up. That's hard to make up. But this year, you know, the shit is real. Now, do you want to get your laughs out about the Dolphins dropping 70 on my boys?
Oh man, that ain't a laughing matter, man. That was a horrible event. I know if my team lost like that, bro, I wish someone would say something to me. I'm coming to your house. That's just me, bro. I mean, that wasn't a laughing matter, man. I'm sorry that happened to y'all, bro. I would never want that to happen to anybody.
I would want it to happen to Dallas, but it happened to me.
Yeah, the Cowboys or the Giants or the Commanders. I mean, I can see that, but you know,
if that happened to the Raiders, I get a chuckle out of that too. But okay, so what do you think of the carnage that I caused by the one little Cowboys comment I made Sunday night, bro?
Man, it's hella carnage, my boy.
I mean, do we have some sensitive Cowboy fans?
Man, of course, man. You know when the Cowboys' expectations are like super high for stuff like that, they seem to get a little butthurt when they catch that L. Like they think they high and mighty. They just knew that they was gonna beat the Arizona Cardinals, but they got that ass whipped.
By Josh Dobbs.
They soft. They a bunch of finesse-ass motherfuckers, and they can get physical, too. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, boy, like you said, you start running at Micah Parsons like we did last year, they get ran on. They get dusted up. And it took a Eagles disciple to go ahead and show them exactly what they did with a different team last year. Jonathan Gannon, because we had a game plan to beat them last year. It's the same game plan to beat them last year. They did the same thing to them.
Yeah, and
with lesser talent.
They've shown a wrinkle in the game as far as the run defense. You know they play San Francisco in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know they play
They
play the Patriots Sunday.
Next, and I think Bill Belichick and them gonna beat, but I don't know.
Hey, but let's put some more sauce on this. Ezekiel Elliott is coming back to town.
Yeah, I know Ezekiel's coming back to town, and they already know. Bill Belichick is the master of finding what's wrong with you and using it against you. But I don't know if they're going to let them do that too. But the Patriots are a better team than the Cardinals, I want to say. So I don't know.
You know what? I can't say that the Patriots are a better team than the Cardinals. No joke, because the Cardinals, with all jokes aside, the Cardinals have had fourth quarter leads in every game this season. They could easily be 3-0. We all thought when they went up 28-0 on the Giants, we're like, well, damn, the Cardinals going to beat the Giants.
That's true. But because everybody just thought that with them not playing Kyler, not naming no quarterback. Just a quarter. Because you got to think. They ain't named their quarterback till week 1.
Josh Dobbs got there.
They just got him on the joint like a week prior.
Yeah, so I was going to say Josh Dobbs had just got there a week before week 1.
So you like, oh, man, they mailing the bag in. These teams ain't going to really do nothing, but they doing their shit, bro. They doing their shit, and I don't know, bro, because it was disgruntled with Buda Baker, and now everybody just doing their thing. So, hey.
A team that they're playing like a team with nothing to lose, and that can be the most dangerous team to play. But, sir, your Philadelphia Eagles, 3-0, but still not yet playing their best ball. I put this in the group chat. I said that's kind of scary because
our offense is not there yet. Defense, they're quicker than offenses. And so the defense can still wreak havoc, no matter really who's the defensive coordinator, unless you're a damn dumbass. When it comes to offense, you really have to be on the same page with your people. That's why you seen them pick yesterday. He wasn't on the same page with DeAndre pick. And it's like that can really affect you. So it takes time for them to build together. And while we're still trying to figure it out, we're still catching these wins. So once we do figure it out.
And Jalen Carter, my Lord.
Man.
Jalen Carter, man. My God.
I thank everybody for passing on him because of character issues. I really do appreciate it.
That dude should have went number 1.
Yes, bro.
My Lord. My God.
He, every time he get in, boy, he wreak havoc. But every time you see that man on the field, he throwing somebody out the way.
Oh, my God.
Every time. I don't care who's been put in front of him so far, he's been throwing them out the way. And I mean, literally, and if he's not sacking somebody, he's making them run for their life. Every time I've seen that boy in that game, bro. And if he didn't, he still is causing havoc. As you can see, he didn't even get through on that pass rush. But guess what? He went back and punched that. You see the punch?
Oh, man, did I? He did the peanut punch.
Yeah, I thought he knocked that boy out, boy. But I'm super excited about that. And it's not even to mention that we still got another number 1 pick that ain't even really did nothing yet.
Jordan Davis.
Pass rusher. No, Nolan Smith.
Oh, Nolan Smith, yeah.
As a pass rusher. Because he's still learning on this thing, too. And Hassan Reddick ain't even kicked in yet. So I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know what to say right now. They still trying to figure out themselves, bro. And I'm glad we got the things we got, the schedule we got right now, because after that bye week, that shit get real.
Oh, that shit gets real. Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to go into their bye week 6-0, 5-1 at worst. But yeah, that's when the schedule kicks in. Mm-hmm. But if that offense is kicked in again, and you know, I put Miami as number 1 team in the league. You drop 70 points on the team. The Dolphins offense, I think Tua's going to be the MVP of this year if he stays healthy. But when I think about it, in all actuality, the 2 honest most complete teams is the Eagles and the 49ers. Because their running game and their offensive lines travel. I mean, it's simple. Tampa Bay scores. It's a 14-point lead. They never see the ball again with 9.5 minutes left to go in the game. The Eagles can run it down your fucking throat, and it doesn't matter. What doesn't matter? The weather conditions. It doesn't matter the team. Same thing with
It doesn't matter if you know it's coming.
Exactly. And you know it's coming. You know it's coming. And this is what pisses me off, that people now want to think, well, should the quarterback sneak be outlawed? I bet you if it was Tom Brady doing that all the time, that wouldn't even be a question.
I don't even get it, bro. You know it's coming. Stop it. My boy, you got big boys up there, bro. Stop it from happening, bro. You can't stop my nigga from getting 1 yard. You going to stop him from doing this shit because you can't stop it? That's ridiculous to me, bro.
I hate the fact that gets brought up because, now the only thing that pisses me off is that, I got DeAndre Swift on my fantasy team, and every time he gets tackled at the 1 yard line, I'm like, well, God damn, he ain't going to get the motherfucking touchdown.
Yeah, you know he ain't getting the touchdown.
Yeah, I know he ain't getting the goddamn touchdown. When that happened,
about to sneak that shit.
Yeah, when that shit happened last night, I was like, okay, well, it's second down. Maybe they'll try to give it to him on second down. They tried to get cute with the pass to A.J. Brown. When that didn't work, I said, well, you know what's coming. Everybody knows what's coming.
Cute. They trying to feed that man, bro, because he need it for his psyche, bro. He need to get in that end zone because he having a fit right now because he ain't getting in, which I ain't mad at him. The boy, like I said, that boy want to be a part of it. We paying him. He want to be that dude. He came to be that dude. He want to be that dude. I don't blame him. So, get that man involved. Get that man 1 touchdown. He had his yard, so he should.
I was going to say, he went off last night.
He dropped that one in the end zone. That's on him.
Well, I mean, that one that was in the end zone, the safety came and Jalen had to put it a little higher than he wanted to do, but he still should have caught it. I mean,
I ain't talking about that one. He dropped one on the sideline, too.
That's right. That's right. He did.
He dropped one in the end zone on the side, too, in his chest. So he can't only be upset with himself. He had the opportunity to get it. He had 34 or 37 yards, so he all right.
Well, y'all got 2 number 1s, so you got to understand one game it's going to be him, the next game is going to be Devontae Smith. I mean, and Goddard hasn't even kicked it into gear yet.
Nope. And then I'm saying we got weapons, bro. Barring injury, bro, we should be decent. To the line, barring injury, we should be decent. And even to the right person. Just hope Jason Kelce stay healthy.
DeAndre Swift.
I know for sure this is last year.
DeAndre Swift, the second in the league in rushing, and he only got 4 touches in week 1.
I know.
So, I mean.
Crazy.
Why
you trying to figure out the pass and just run it?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, because I was telling Calvin earlier, the Eagles shortened the game.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles will shorten the game because they will run that rock down your throat, and it ain't nothing you can do to stop it because you got the running backs, you got a great O-line, and you got a quarterback / fullback in Jalen Hurts.
So, but the thing that makes it even more dangerous is because you have to cover A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. It ain't like you can focus just on, I'm going to bring these motherfuckers in the box and stop this run, because when you do, it's going over top of your head, bro. And it's very difficult to stop us. And I'm still liking what I see. Like I said, while we're building, I'm still liking what we see. Again, we got to go up against these Commanders again, who took us out of our forever winning streak last year.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get us again this year.
That's true. Now, I mean, but from what I'm seeing right now, and I know it's only 3 weeks in, but barring any major setbacks, injuries, I'm looking at Eagles 49ers again in the NFC title game. The only team that I think, honestly, that could throw a monkey wrench in that, to me, honestly, is the Detroit Lions, because they have an offensive line like y'all's in the 49ers. But they just don't choose to use it as much. They don't. Their offensive line, I mean, you saw what they did to Kansas City when they needed a long drive, run the ball down your throat. If they can't stop you, don't break. Don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Yeah, everybody is trying to be this passing team and say they devalue running backs, but it's going to get back to running backs because you need them. And I'm going to tell you that, like I said, the biggest thing about that is Minnesota, is because Minnesota said fuck Dalvin Cook, and they got Anderson, and he can't keep the ball in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to, or you can't just get a running back from anywhere like people think you can and just put them in your backfield and let them do what they do, because they'll cough that damn ball up, or they ain't catching the ball, or they ain't blocking like they supposed to. Them boys is just important as anybody else on that field.
And the Cleveland Browns would agree with you, because I know Nick Chubb is out, but that kid Jerome Ford, and they have a line, another top 5 lines. I have to say top 5 offensive lines: Eagles, 49ers, Lions, Browns. I mean, I think we called Cleveland to be a dark horse for a reason. We kind of not sold on Deshaun after the Monday night thing against Pittsburgh, but you see what they did to Tennessee. They got Baltimore coming up this week. That's a major league matchup. But I think Cleveland is right there because, one, they got a top 5 offensive line, and they got a top 3 defensive line. Okay?
I'm about to be next in his chair, so.
Myles Garrett, to me, is the best pure pass rusher in the NFL. Okay, I got you. So I know you're about to be next in this barber chair. You know I can go on this for hours. All right, sir.
I know it.
Let's get you out the way. I know you got shit to do.
Yeah, bye.
Thursday night, Detroit at Green Bay.
We gonna go Detroit.
Detroit, all right. Atlanta. The game is in Germany. Atlanta against the disappointing Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's crazy. That's going to be a crazy game because, again, disappointing is Jacksonville, and Atlanta is surprisingly doing their thing on defense and on offense. So, you know what? I'm gonna take Atlanta.
ATL shouted. All right. Big game. Miami at Buffalo.
Ooh, that is a big game.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Tecmo Bowl in the '90s has come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Miami.
Going Miami. Okay. The battle of the 2 worst teams in football: Denver at Chicago.
That's gonna be a monster, bro. I don't want to say this, but man, them niggas so bad. I don't know who to pick. It could be a coin toss.
It really could.
Who is gonna be? Where's the game played?
The game's at Chicago.
Oh man, you know what? Y'all got to do something after that week. I'm gonna go with y'all.
Yeah, we can do something. We can lose again. Okay.
I'm gonna go with y'all, bro. They got to be better than that. They got to. They just got to.
I just want to remind you, and I'm not trying to dissuade you on your pick. You know, Chicago gave up 41 to Kansas City. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, but 41 ain't 70 though, so
I know. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Like,
You thinking of the lines of how I'm thinking. We got our ass, but we better do something. You know.
Yeah, y'all got to show something.
I get it. But I did also say that I won't pick in my team to do shit else, so we'll see. Baltimore at Cleveland. Just talking about Cleveland.
Ooh. Baltimore. Even though Baltimore lost last week, they better do something too.
Okay. Cincinnati at Tennessee.
Cincinnati at Tennessee. Man, Cincy. I'm gonna give it Cincy. They got to do their little thing.
I agree with you. I'm gonna pick Cincinnati too. But
that's a tight one.
Damn,
yeah.
But no, it's not even the fact that it's tight. I just think Cincinnati's gambling with Burrow with this calf thing. That's all. That's all. I'm just like, if I'd have known that Burrow was gonna play, I would have picked him to win against the Rams on Monday night. But it's just a gamble. I mean, if Burrow's gonna be on the field, that's my guy. I'm gonna ride with him. The Rams at the Colts.
The Rams at the Colts. I am going to give it to the Colts.
Okay. Tampa Bay versus New Orleans.
Tampa Bay versus New Orleans. Man, is Derek Carr going to play?
I have no idea, sir.
Tampa Bay.
Okay. Washington at your Eagles. Well, I already know.
Man, come on now.
I already
Come on now.
Minnesota at Carolina.
I'm going to go Carolina.
Okay. Going with them Panthers. Pittsburgh at Houston.
Pittsburgh at Houston. Pittsburgh.
Okay. The Raiders at the Chargers.
Mike Williams injured, but that offense still potent as hell. I'm gonna go Chargers.
Yeah, you see Keenan Allen. Oh God, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
New England at Dallas.
New England at Dallas. Man, everything in my mind is telling me to go with New England. But if I go with New England, I feel like it's gonna be like I hate on Dallas, so they're gonna do good.
Well, we all picked Dallas last week. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I am. But I don't want to. I think Dallas is going to come out with, we're going to beat your ass. So you know what? Let me go with Dallas.
You know what? Whether I pick Dallas or not, I could pick Dallas to win. But if they lose, I feel like I won. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. So that's why I'm going to pick them. Because if I win, then I win. But if I lose, boy, do I win. But I really think because they got embarrassed that they're gonna come out and try to make a statement game against New England. So I'm gonna pick Dallas.
Go ahead and make a statement game against Belichick if you want to. And you ain't an AFC East team. I'm just playing. Arizona at San Francisco.
San Francisco.
All right. Holy Zach Wilson, Batman, at Patrick Mahomes.
I ain't never again picking the fucking Jets and Zach Wilson. Because I really believed in that defense, but that boy sucks so bad that he just drains the life of everybody else on that team. So I'm going to pick Kansas City. I mean, they hate that man so bad they don't even want to play football no more, bro.
You know they just signed a quarterback?
You said what?
You know the Jets just signed a free agent quarterback. You want to guess who
it
was? You want to guess who it was?
Who, Carson Wentz?
Nope.
Colin Kaepernick?
Nope, they went even worse. Trevor Siemian.
Trevor Siemian?
That's your answer, Trevor Siemian.
That nigga, man, they could have got somebody better than Trevor Siemian.
They could have gotten somebody better than Trevor Siemian.
They probably can't afford him.
I mean, those guys ain't working. How much are they going to demand? I don't know. I guess though when you're desperate.
Anybody. When you're desperate, anybody. Carson Wentz and them reached out to him. They ain't pick up. To be honest, bro, I know Carson is a cancer too, but nigga, I would have got Carson over Trevor Siemian. Nigga, I'm just saying.
I would have too. No question. I definitely would have got Carson Wentz. I'd have got Nick Foles over Trevor Siemian.
It's a backup on somebody's team right now. I get over Trevor Siemian right now. Anybody could be worth getting better than that nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jameis Winston, they could have asked for. They could have got anybody.
No, I wouldn't. You know what? Jameis' stock just fell because when you lead 17-0 and you can't even put so much as a field goal on the board to win that game, God damn.
That boy poop. They better pick up Cam Newton or something.
Right.
You know, he can't wait to play. He want to come out and do a Superman chef so bad.
And dab and shit.
Yeah.
And finally, Seattle at the Giants.
Man. I'm going to go Seattle.
All right. Well, Sean's picks are as follows. Detroit, Atlanta, Miami, Denver. Good luck with that, man.
Let me change that to the Bears, bro.
Okay. You serious?
Yeah. Yeah, dead ass.
Okay.
Because I don't know what it is with y'all organization. I know both of them are cancers, but I just really don't like Sean Payton for y'all niggas. I think y'all need to get rid of that nigga, bro.
I said this to Aaron and Calvin. Sean Payton deserves this, actually, because he done came in with his chest out acting like the shit don't stink, and he deserves this.
Yeah.
And I look at my next two games. I got the Bears, then I got the Jets. And watch us lose both them motherfuckers.
Okay. Hey, but I need to get up in here, bro.
All right, bro. I'm going to get at you, dog.
All right.
All right. Our brother Sean was at the barbershop, but I will continue his pick. So he changed Denver to the Bears. He also has Baltimore, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Tampa, Philly, Carolina, Pittsburgh, the Chargers, the Cowboys, the Niners, the Chiefs, and the Seahawks. And next up, here to kind of laugh at the carnage that I caused on Sunday for my one little Cowboys comment, and the carnage that everybody's trying to bring my way. Keith, what up, homie?
Hey, shit was good.
Well, your Philadelphia Eagles, they're 3-0, still not playing their best football, but looks very scary. Very scary, sir.
Yeah, we looking weak. Our defense is good. Jalen Carter has...
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. He's something else.
Man, he going to have to Superman that hole. Now, watch him. You fucking everybody up when he get in the game.
Yeah. They say he got the second most pressures in the whole league, and he played like half of the snaps.
Yeah, he's on a pitch count, so he's only 25 snaps a game, which I think is smart because, you know, he won't burn himself out going 1,000 miles every play. But what was your takeaway from the week of football outside of your game?
Taylor Swift on the Broncos versus Cowboys debate. Who had the worst week? I'm on the side of the Broncos having the worst week. I'm on that side. You're giving up 70 points. Like, damn. Yeah, I can get too into that because everybody's been talking about it, but yeah. But the Jordan Love comeback, CJ Stroud, whew.
He look good, don't he?
Yeah.
He's playing good. No, I guess I should say pause, but he's playing good.
Yeah, we a couple of shockers this week too. Like,
yeah, Indianapolis beating Baltimore. To me, Jordan Love beating Jacksonville in Jacksonville when, you know, people had such high expectations about Jacksonville. You know, to me, that's a shocker because the Jags, to me, are a disappointment, big time. Thus far. Now, it's still early.
What's going on with Trevor Lawrence, but I feel like just like Joe Burrow, you kind of seen Cincinnati kind of getting a rhythm. I feel like that's the same thing going to happen with Jaguars. I feel like they're going to pick it up. As far as the Colts are a very well-coached team.
Well, we know the Colts have been they've had a roster, a good roster of players. Remember last year when they signed Matt Ryan, everybody was on the Colts bandwagon saying, oh, they were just a quarterback away. Now, Matt Ryan, for all intents and purposes, was shot. I mean, it just is what it is. But they still have a very good defense, and they still have a very good offensive line. So, I don't know. I mean, I think that they should keep Gardner Minshew in that starting spot, even though Anthony Richardson, I think he was a good draft pick. I just think that right now, I think Gardner Minshew would be better for that team. What do you think?
I'm shocked that you said that. I think Anthony, before he got his concussion, he was playing well.
I think he was playing well. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, if it was up to me, I'll just keep the young boy in. If he's healthy, let him get his snaps. The defense will carry us. All he has to do is not turn over the ball. And he played, like I said, he played well before he got hurt. Gardner's a good bridge quarterback. Like, he's not going to make you lose. He might not make you win, but
that's exactly what Gardner is. He's a bridge quarterback. I mean, but sometimes a bridge quarterback, let's just put it this way. I would keep Gardner Minshew in there just for a couple more games to make sure Anthony Richardson is completely healthy. Let's just keep it that way.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, let's just put it that way. So what did you think about all of that chaos that happened Sunday evening?
With y'all?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm talking about the chain taxes, brother.
I woke up the next morning. I was just reading through everything. I was like, y'all was going back and forth. I like taking shots after shots. I'm like, neither one of them are good enough. And both of y'all have valid points, obviously. But like I said, I'm on the side of the Broncos being on the side of being more embarrassing. Because it's NFL, like, the Cardinals beating the Cowboys, yes, is a shock, but at the end of these are two NFL teams. Land off 70, and the fact that they could have scored even more points, wanting to, they could have put up 80 against y'all. I don't know what, because y'all got a good defense.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Had a good defense.
No, we don't. I was going to say, no, we don't. Look, I'm embarrassed as a Bronco fan. Yes, absolutely. You get 70 put on your head, absolutely. But did I call the Broncos to beat the Dolphins? No, I didn't. Did I think we would get beat like that? No, I didn't. Did Dallas think they was going to lose to Arizona? You answer that question.
No, of course not.
And of course, my loss is by its scoreboard is the more embarrassing loss, duh. But for me to be able to ruffle them Cowboy fans' feathers the way I did is absolutely hilarious to me. It is absolutely hilarious because I told them, as long as y'all know me, you know I'm gonna talk. You know I'm gonna say some shit. It doesn't matter. The Dolphins could have put up 100 on my squad, and Dallas loses the same day. Guess where I'm going with it. That's all I'm saying.
This is the fact that he was like, don't even say nothing. Oh, don't do that. I'm gonna talk his shit regardless.
Yeah.
Hey, no, hey. I saw your little video. I saw the pain in your eyes. Talking about you like the stand out, look like you having the ball. Now I saw the pain in your eyes.
Bruh. But again, I was at the fair. So the notion that I was silent the whole time because I was embarrassed, no. I was at the fair. Of course I was embarrassed. It wasn't that much. You know why it wasn't that much pain in my eyes? Because at the time, I was housing niggas with my picks. At the time, I was housing niggas with my picks. And congratulations, by the way. You and Calvin tied for first for the week. Great job.
Appreciate it.
You said bounce back week, and you had a bounce back week. Now, you're still behind the 8 ball, my boy.
It's okay.
But you know, it's way more competitive at this point in time this season than it was last season. So I know you got shit to do too. Huh?
Hey, hold on. Disclaimer. So everybody talking about, I heard a little conversation about Lex earlier.
Oh yeah. Get that straight, homie. Get that straight, homie.
My homegirl, she know her shit, y'all. She know that shit.
That's right. Get that shit straight, homie. She ain't a motherfucking burner account for me. Lex is a real person, and she pretty as shit too.
She know her shit, y'all.
Yeah, say it again. Say it loud so them niggas can hear you.
That's funny they said. That was funny though. It was actually. They been on your ass all.
That's all. They can be on my ass all they want to. They can be on my ass all the fuck they want to because for one, I'm not winning and I'm not trying to finagle my way to win. I want somebody else to win this year because how am I gonna start a league and then dominate at the same time? That ain't cute. I want somebody to win. I want somebody else to win, but goddamn it, you gonna have to earn it, bruh. I'm not in first place right now. I'm in 4th place right now. You know, I kicked everybody's ass last year, yours included. I beat everybody's ass last year. This year, I want somebody else to come and try and, I'm like Nick Cannon, come and try and take my championship belt, okay? And right now, Lex is carrying the day, but she only up by 1. But again, Lex is a real person, correct?
She's definitely a real person.
Say that again? You was a little soft.
She's definitely a real person.
And she know her shit.
Show know her shit.
I told her this too. I texted her earlier. I said, you got to confirm your identity. I said, because niggas think you a burner account for me. Get on the group chat and say Lex is a real person, motherfuckers. Go ahead, get on the group chat and say that. Anyway. Huh?
She can speak first, so.
That's what I said in the group chat. I said she's gonna have to defend herself on that one. But yeah, Lex is real. Lex is real, and she's good at what she do. When we were at B Dubs doing the fantasy draft for the fantasy football league, she had a mock draft sheet. She bought notes and shit. I'm like, damn. Okay, you mean this shit? I mean,
you seen the trade? You seen the trade I did earlier today?
Nah, what'd you do?
I just want your thoughts on it right quick.
Who'd you trade?
I traded Jalen Hurts.
What?
James. Hold on. Jalen Hurts, James Cook, and Tyler Lockett for Justin Fields and T.J. Hockenson.
Why did you do that?
Hey, I'm 0-3, man. Something got to change, bro.
Well, why did you do that? Look, I'm 1-2. Why did you trade away? You traded Jalen Hurts for Justin Fields? Why did you do that? The other two, okay, you traded James Cook, and you got Tyler Lockett and T.J. Hockenson back. Okay, fine, whatever. Why did you trade Jalen Hurts? You a op, nigga.
No.
You a op, nigga.
This is fantasy. And I have the number 2 ranked quarterback in fantasy on my bench.
Who?
So I'm Kirk Cousins.
Oh my God.
Fantasy quarterback in the whole league.
Oh my God.
I'm taking a chance on Justin Fields.
Oh boy. Okay.
Risk taking. I'm 0-3.
Okay, so you still but you still have Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Okay, bruh. I'm sorry. The other two pieces, okay, but Jalen Hurts, no, sir.
Fantasy, man.
I understand that, but no, sir. But you trying to win, right? Money's on the line for this one, bruh. Oh no, sir. I don't. Okay, I mean, it's your team, bro.
See, this Cheesecake Factory, bro. It's all right.
Huh?
For this Cheesecake Factory, it's all right.
Okay, all right. I mean, it's, like I said, it's your squad. It's your squad. Incidentally, you traded James Cook. I was able to pick up Dalvin Cook. And whatever you had the settings on, bro, I was trying to get Jerome Ford, but I couldn't. I tried to get him literally right after the injury. And whatever you had the settings on, I couldn't do it, bro.
All right, so look, check it out. This how the waiver works. The team on the bottom, which is me because I'm 0-3, they have the highest waiver priority because they're the worst team. So if the person under you pick up a player, they're going to get the player over you because they have a higher waiver priority, which is why you probably wasn't able to get Jerome Ford because the person below you got him. That's how waivers work.
Okay, I got you. No problemo.
All right, well, shoot. How much time I got? Damn. All right, I got like 4 minutes.
All right, well, let's do these picks, bro. All right, Detroit at Green Bay Thursday night.
Detroit.
Okay. Atlanta versus Jacksonville. Mind you, that game is in Germany, so nobody has any home field advantage there.
I'm going to give it to Jacksonville.
Okay. Miami at Buffalo. Damn, nigga.
Buffalo. I'll give it to Buffalo.
Going with Buffalo. All right. The worst teams in the league. Denver at Chicago.
Chicago, bro.
Yeah. Baltimore at Cleveland.
Baltimore.
All right. Cincinnati at Tennessee.
Tennessee.
All right. You said Cincy or Tennessee?
Oh, Cincinnati.
Okay, see, I had you marked for Tennessee. Okay, you said Cincy. Let me change that. Okay. All right. The Rams at the Colts.
I'm going to go LA.
All right. Tampa Bay at New Orleans.
Tampa Bay. We don't know how Derek Carr is.
Right, exactly. I feel you. Washington at Philly. I already know.
Philly.
Go ahead, pick Washington.
Like a fly, motherfucker.
Minnesota at Carolina.
Minnesota. They need to get a fucking win.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, especially for your fantasy guy, Kirk Cousins. Pittsburgh at Houston.
I'm gonna go to Houston. This is my soccer league.
Okay. Upset special. Raiders at Chargers.
Chargers?
He didn't say that with much confidence, but okay, Chargers.
I did it.
I got you.
Yeah,
New England at Dallas. Zeke comes back to Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
He said, I don't give a fuck. Dallas. Arizona at San Francisco.
San Fran.
All right. Kansas City at the Jets. Holy Zach Wilson, Batman.
That dude is trash. Yeah, Kansas City.
All right. And Seattle at the Giants.
I'm going to give it to Dan Jones.
Okay. All right. So Keith's picks are as follows. He has Detroit, Jacksonville, Buffalo, Chicago, Baltimore, Cincinnati, the Rams, the Buccaneers, the Eagles, Vikings, Houston, the Chargers, Cowboys, Niners, Chiefs, and Giants. Sound about right?
Yes, sir.
All right, my man. All right, homie. Go ahead and handle your business, and I will get at you soon.
All right, for sure.
Yes, sir.
I know.
Later. Oh, boy. Everybody want they picks. Everybody want they take. I got it. And now I'm going to go ahead and make my picks. Make my predictions for this week 4 of the NFL season. Let's see. And I am making some of these on the fly. Thursday night, Detroit at Green Bay. I'm going to go ahead and go with Detroit. I think Detroit needs to take this leap. They won in Green Bay last game of the season last year. They will win at Green Bay again as they try to put their stamp on the NFC North early. Now, Atlanta and Jacksonville in Germany. Jacksonville, to me, has been a major league disappointment. Maybe they just need a vacation out of America. So I'm going to go with Jacksonville to beat Atlanta. Miami and Buffalo. Golly, man. Golly, dude. That is a hard game to pick because I'm looking at all the elements. I mean, Buffalo has looked great over the last 2 weeks. It's only been overshadowed because Miami looks so great against my Denver Broncos. But beware of the letdown after dropping 70. I think Buffalo wants this game. I think Buffalo is going to get this game. I may change my mind on that pick, though. I ain't even gonna lie. Denver at Chicago. God, why? Why do I have to? I'm an ashamed-ass Bronco fan playing an even worse... I don't know. God. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go Denver. Why not? That's what I'm saying. Why not? Baltimore at Cleveland. I think Cleveland takes a step. Cleveland's gonna open some eyes this week. I have the Browns beating the Ravens. Cincinnati at Tennessee, I'm so scared for Joe Burrow because I just don't want that injury to be more serious than it needs to be. But I'm going to roll with the Bengals. I'm going to roll with Burrow and them Bengals. Y'all know I believe in Burrow and them Bengals. The Rams at the Colts. I like the Colts. Defense is good. I think Minshew will play steady football. I do. I like the Colts. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Derek Carr ain't playing. I can't trust Jameis Winston. I'm going with the Bucks. Washington at Philly. You know I'm going with Philly. That's simple. Minnesota at Carolina. I'm going to go with the Vikings. I agree with Keith. I think the Vikings need a win. Pittsburgh at Houston. I'm going with the Steelers. Vegas at the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers. Both teams don't really know how to win. That's kind of the motto of the AFC West outside of the Chiefs. New England at Dallas. Gosh, I want to pick New England. I do. But you know what? Like Sean said, if Dallas loses, we really, really win. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Arizona at San Francisco. I'm going with the 49ers, obviously, even though Arizona has played some ball. They have been very competitive over the first 3 games. If they're supposed to tank, they forgot to get the memo. And Monday Night Football, Seattle at the Giants, gonna roll with Geno Smith and those boys to beat up on Daniel Jones. Don't know if Saquon is playing. Now, if Saquon plays, it could be a different story, but I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. So my picks are as follows. I have Detroit over Green Bay, Jacksonville over Atlanta, Buffalo over... do I really want to pick Buffalo over Miami? Golly, I'm serious. Gee whiz, because the Dolphins' offense is like, fire. But you know what? Fuck it. Buffalo over Miami. I'm still behind. Got to take some chances. That's the way I look at it. Denver over Chicago, Cleveland over Baltimore, Cincinnati over Tennessee, the Colts over the Rams, the Buccaneers over the Saints. I'm taking the Eagles over the Commanders, the Vikings over the Panthers, Pittsburgh over Houston, the Chargers over the Raiders, the Cowboys over the Patriots, the 49ers over the Cardinals, the Chiefs over the Jets, and the Seahawks over the New York Football Giants. Don't worry, because your boy has said, look, I really do want somebody else to win. But if you think your boy ain't going to make you work for it, if you think your boy ain't coming with his picks, if you think your boy ain't going to be right back near the top, holla at your guala, I'm coming for you motherfuckers. Period. And then, trust me, there'll be no debate. There'll be no investigation needed when I come for that ass. Holla at your boy. Okay? So let that be known. But in the meantime, great job, Lex. In first place. Second place, Sean, Tony, you guys are doing great. And you know what? We'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be coming for you. But before we go, before we sound off that buzzard, as a boxing fan that I am, I know what Saturday is. I cannot have this whole show with a huge fight that is coming up Saturday and not say anything about it. Let's cue that music. Nothing gets me more excited, no matter how much I love football, no matter how much I love basketball. Nothing gets my blood boiling more than a big-time fight, a big-time pay-per-view fight on a Saturday night. And we got it coming up this Saturday night. Jermell Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. You know I love it. Nothing gets me more excited and ready to go than a big-time motherfucking boxing match, and we got it. Now let's go over the tale of the tape between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. First of all, Canelo of Guadalajara, Mexico. And he is the reigning and defending undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, going against the challenger from Houston, Texas, Jermell Charlo, one of the Charlo twins. So again, let's look at the tale of the tape. Both fighters are 33 years of age. Jermell Charlo has a 2-inch height advantage, being 5'11", Canelo being 5'9". Jermell Charlo enjoys a 2-inch reach advantage, having a 73-inch reach. Canelo having a 71-inch reach. And this is Canelo Alvarez. This is Canelo Alvarez's 64th professional fight. This will be Jermell Charlo's 38th professional fight. You could say experience, or you could say worn down. I don't know. Now, who do I think is going to win this fight? Who do I think is going to win this fight, which is going to be on Showtime pay-per-view? That's free publicity for you bitches. I am going with Jermell Charlo. Now, if I were Jermell Charlo, I would approach this fight like I've told all Canelo opponents over the past 5-6 years to approach their fights. Approach it as if you were already down 6 rounds to nothing. Now, Jermell Charlo is moving up 2 different weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. And what I was saying a couple of months ago after the Terrence Crawford beatdown of Errol Spence, he coming for Jermell Charlo. Make no mistake about it. But I think Charlo is going to win this fight, and win, lose, or draw, he's going to have a built-in excuse for when Terrence Crawford tenderized that ass. when they finally get in the ring. Well, because they will eventually get in the ring. Terrence Crawford will become the undisputed 154-pound champion, but we'll deal with that shit when we get there, because Saturday night, it is all about Charlo and Alvarez. Why do I think Charlo is going to win this fight? Aside from having the natural God-gifted advantages, like I said, at height and at reach, I think Charlo has been a little less worn down from his battles in the ring. Think about it. They're both the same age. They're both 33 years old. Charlo is actually 2 months older than Canelo, but he has not had the battles that Canelo has had in the ring. Canelo has been a professional since he was a teenager. Canelo has fought Floyd Mayweather. He's fought Gennady Golovkin. He's fought Miguel Cotto. He's fought what's his name? Miracle Man, Daniel Jacobs. You know, he's fought the top guys. He's fought Sugar Shane Mosley. He's fought all of the top guys over the past decade and some change. Now, while that makes you a great fighter, because Canelo is a great fighter, he's been a little overrated to me always. To me, Canelo Alvarez has always been a little overrated to me. That's just me. It doesn't mean that he hasn't been a great fighter, because he has been. But to me, he's just an older 33 than Jermell Charlo. I think Jermell Charlo will be a little too elusive. He will be a little too quick. I don't know if the power is going to travel with him 2 weight classes, but I think his speed will make up for that. I mean, if you punch somebody enough, they will fall. Now, what I've noticed from Canelo in his last couple of fights is that he's more or less been looking for the big shot. It was the case against Brevon. It was his case against a worn down Gennady Golovkin. It was the case in his last fight against John Ryder. Canelo has more or less been looking for the big shot to get you out of there, as opposed to circling the ring, boxing, bobbing, and weaving, because I guarantee you that's what Jermell Charlo is going to do. This is Charlo's moment. If he wants to really separate himself from his brother Jermall Charlo, who the fight was originally scheduled for, and Jermall Charlo is the undefeated middleweight champion, but I think this is the fight where you separate yourself. Now, should Jermell Charlo win this fight, do I think he's going to stay at super middleweight? Absolutely not. I mean, unless he's going to relinquish all of his belts, but I don't see that happening. I see him going back down to 154, maybe taking on a tune-up fight, because Terrence Crawford coming for that ass. And yes, that rematch is coming with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, but hey, I don't see what's going to be so different about that fight than that was of the first fight. But again, I think Charlo is going to win this fight. He's going to be an undisputed champion in a second weight class. So it'll get done twice in a year, because Terrence Crawford became the first male fighter to do that in 2 different weight classes. Charlo will be the second. I believe he will beat Canelo Alvarez, but he must be careful, because Canelo is going to be looking for the big punch. I would say after round 4, Canelo will be looking for the big punch. If Charlo doesn't get caught, he has the skill. I know he has the heart. I'm sure he'll have the will. He'll be fighting against a pro-Canelo crowd, even though it's in Vegas. And again, he needs to approach this fight like he is already 6 rounds behind on the cards, because you just never know. Canelo, this is why I think Canelo has been overrated, because he has been one of those fighters who is such a draw. He's such a draw as far as the dollar amounts of boxing, that he's been gift wrapped a couple of decisions. And that's not saying that he's not a great fighter, because he is a great fighter, but there were a couple of fights that I thought he lost. I thought he lost the first 2 fights against Gennady Golovkin. I'm just saying. That doesn't take away the fact that I think he's a great fighter. And it doesn't take away from the fact that I think that he is going to lose this fight against Jermell Charlo. Again, Charlo, this is your moment, bro, because Canelo is still, when it comes to putting asses in seats, the bell cow of boxing. When it comes to a financial standpoint, when it comes to an economic standpoint, Canelo Alvarez is still that dude. Do you want to become one of those dudes? Because Terrence Crawford has become one of those dudes with what he did to Errol Spence, which is why these rumors about a Terrence Crawford versus Canelo fight, however unrealistic I think it is, it could become a reality. I don't see it. But I see Charlo versus Crawford after Charlo handles his business against Canelo. So I'm going for a decision win for Jermell Charlo, because he's going to have to come in there and put on a virtuoso performance to beat Canelo, but I think he will do it. And with that being said, where the buzzer. Very long episode of Sports Plus Life, but you know what? I love it. It's worth every minute. I have to give my shout outs to Aaron. Again, his Dolphins beat the living crap out of my Broncos, but he enjoyed doing the podcast, and we will definitely link up and do another podcast. And he wants to do a YouTube live. What's up, bro? You know, like I said, you got it. Shout outs to Aaron. Definite shout out to Calvin and Keese and Sean. I tried to get David on the line. I wasn't able to. Definite shout outs to Tony and Marcus. Hey, that was funny. Hey, that was fun. I ain't even going to lie to you. That was fun. Even though I know y'all might have been in y'all feelings, but I love y'all regardless. They gonna be on the show again. It's just I got dad shit to do. I was contemplating on whether to call Tony, but I got dad shit that I got to do. But I'll hit him up and he'll cuss me out, and I'll say, you know what? I love you, bro. But anyway, don't forget to hit that subscription button and become part of the Sports Plus Life fam. It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns. I'm out this beer. Peace. Love you. Saturday, fight night.